What's up, people? Welcome. There's a lot of people. Obviously, sometimes they wanted to do this later, but thing is, when you do this later, sometimes there's people sleeping, so you can't really express yourself. That's why sometimes in some of the streams you see I'm just quiet in the background laughing because I can't really say much. So, but today we're here. This is an emergency stream. Everybody wants to be part of it. I have sent the link, but if people are not here, it is what it is. Welcome to the channel. Before we start off, I'd like to welcome Kelkster, who has her hair up. And I would like to welcome Carl, who's here with us. Blessed. But before we start, guys, like the video, subscribe, even subscribe yet. The subscribers are going up, I just saw. Big up to Kelkster, Steve, and the whole gang. Looks like they're cooking very well. And big up to my man, Romero, because he's done another amazing thumbnail. But before we start, let us play this video that Kelkster hates because she hates this video. Just look at her face when she does. Okay, welcome back, guys. Hopefully you like that video. We're gonna try make another one, but that's the one for now. But today we're gonna react to the match that we played against Brighton. 2 defeats in 3, and we're sitting 13th right now on the table. It's a simple title. Is the clock ticking for Pep? Simple as. It's not very difficult for people to understand. I'm simply asking, is the clock ticking? As in, is Pep Guardiola becoming the next Jose Mourinho? The same way Jose had so much aura, the same way Jose was untouchable, Jose's system was unbeatable, and then Jose became a bum, which he is right now, which he got sacked recently by the team that's just signed Edison. They just sacked Jose. My close friend and mentor Carl once told me that everything that has a beginning has an end, and he told us this last season. The end might be near. We're going to talk about that. We're going to also ask a few difficult questions that a lot of people say that, we cannot criticize Pep because this is game number 2, and we can't criticize right now or overreact because this is Spurs. But I did warn people. I said, yeah, but I'm not looking at the fact it's Spurs. It's a shit Spurs side. It was a shit Spurs side. And I don't care if Spurs beat us all the time. You have to learn from your mistakes. How long can you allow Spurs, a team that's just won 1 trophy in the time when I've been alive, continue beating us? Why we've got top-class players? So anyway, I'm going to give this to Kelkster before I start talking, because if I start talking, I'm going to talk for like 20 minutes. So Kelkster, I'll give it to you, then we can throw it to Carl. Carl, are you here with us?
I'm here. Good afternoon.
Let's
Good
let
evening.
Carl go first. I think he needs to go first.
No, Kelly, go first. It's your show, man.
Okay.
Patrick.
Well, yeah, unacceptable yesterday. Absolutely unacceptable. We've seen in 3 games this system. Okay, fine. It worked against Wolves. They might get relegated. So you're telling me that Pep Guardiola can only create a system that works against relegation teams? Spurs completely outclassed us. They outmuscled us. They outphysicaled us. They out everythinged us. And the same shit happened yesterday against Brighton. We started out the game okay. It was fine in the first half. Not great, nothing to write home about. But it was getting the job done. Fine. But why does this team keep running out of gas at the 60th minute? What are we doing? How come people aren't fit yet? How long have you been back for? What are we doing? What are we doing in training? Because everybody's fucking getting injured in training. Turkey out 2 months, tore his quad, according to French Twitter. Again, French Twitter, we don't know. There might be some mistranslations on my part too. Always possible. But yeah, we ran out of gas again. And why is Rodri playing 90 minutes off an ACL when he hasn't played that in over a year? I don't. he was running out of gas. He needed to come off the pitch. Why is Nico O'Reilly coming on the pitch? These substitutes are terrible. That's been a theme for years. Not just these 3 games, years. The subs have been poor. Why did Nico Gonzalez come on? He is actually physical and can actually put some fear into somebody. He'll actually put a tackle in. There's a stat. He's won the most duels in the league until then. Why are you still benching him? Why can't he play next to Rodri or just take Rodri off? And now you've Rodri talking after the match about how bad the team is. That is not good going into a contract negotiation. He might fuck off. We might lose another great player on a free. So yesterday just was everything. And now we have to fester on this for 2 weeks. Like, Brighton is not a good team. They got slapped around by Everton. They're not a good team. We should not be losing to them again. We should not be crumbling at 60 minutes again. The substitutes have to do something. And that's your boy too, Patrick. I'm sorry, Doku. He's not good enough. What did he do when he came on? Absolutely nothing. How is this team? How is Bernardo Silva doing nothing the entire game? He comes off the pitch and we look worse. Why in 2025 are we relying on Bernardo Silva? His legs are shot. He's contributing nothing. Mateus has been pointing out that he was like the 10 for a while in the game. We created nothing in that second half. Why is he the 10? Why can't Tijani Rangers be the 10? Tijani's not good enough to be the double pivot. Put Bernardo back there. You're going to keep him on. But no, we took him off. Put somebody else as the double pivot. Put Nico G on there. Get somebody who can actually create something in the second half. We created nothing. You can't win a game with 1 goal with this defense. You can't do it. And everyone's going to blame the keeper. I thought he had one of the better games yesterday. I thought he was I thought him and Rodri were our 2 best players. So, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to reward him by benching him. We're benching him when he had a very good game. And I think he kept us in the game. He had some world-class saves. He looked the part yesterday. I get it. It was just Brighton. Maybe he's not the guy you take to the burnabout, whatever. But I just think it's cruel what we're doing to him. I know he's for the future, but he's not going to be on this team. He's going to leave. So yeah, just a mess. I think it's clear that the system Pep wants to run, we don't have the players for it. It's making, when everybody on the team looks bad, it's not the players, it's the manager. Why are you setting them up this way? We need protection in the middle. We need somebody in the middle to do something. Put Rodri and Nico Gonzalez in there. Take Bernardo out of the pitch. I'm sorry, we look like we're playing with 10 men with him right now. He's offering absolutely nothing. And you had to make him the captain, so now you're forced to play him. I don't know. I'm frustrated, man. And we are missing some of the players we're missing is really hurting us, man. We need Joshua Vardio back. Look, I know you said glaze him all the time, but you have to admit we miss him on this team. We really need him in defense. John Stones doesn't look good anymore. He had a good first game, and he's looked average to poor in the last 2 games. So the manager has to suck it up, and he needs to start playing differently. I'm sorry. This inverting fullbacks, it's not working. Our midfield is creating nothing. Why are we creating nothing? Whose fault is that? The wingers are creating nothing. Oscar Bob's trying, but we're asking him to do that much fresh off. He's missed an entire season, and he never had that much playing time to begin with. So you need to find a veteran to do that. Find somebody to take the burden off of Oscar Bob. It's game week 3, and we're facing a must-win against United, who are absolute trash. But Ruben Amorim is somehow in Pep's head. So is anybody confident going into the derby? I know I'm not. Okay, I'll breathe for a minute. We'll let Carl take over.
Yeah, grand. Yeah. Before we let Carl speak, I'm gonna welcome a few people. I'll read a few comments. It says, give Pep a 10-year extension. That's obviously a joke. Pep, it's time. Rodri will jump ship next summer. He ain't staying around to lose every week. That's why he hasn't signed the contract extension. Okay. Big up to you, man. Kills legend. That's what Ralph says. City's still finishing top 4 with the trophy. Don't worry, Pat. That's not happening. Shut up, Red Devil. I know what you're doing, Red Devil. Big up to you, Red Devil. Rodri's fuming. No more signings. Yep, the window is going to close in about 9 minutes, and there's no right back. Do you know what the funny thing is? Newcastle treasure Isaac more, but Liverpool went on and on to Newcastle until Newcastle gave up and the owner received the money. Why didn't City push for Livramento like that? No, as my friend Carl says, arrogance and the God complex. Foden, the fisherman, missing in action. He's injured.
He's injured again.
Like the intro music, Pat. Big up to you, Bella. Hope you're well. Pep will get it right. just needs to adapt a little more than before, and he will get signings again. Okay, Carl, go ahead. Do you want to join in? What is going on at Man City? Am I right to say is the clock ticking for Pep Guardiola? 2 defeats in 3, and the defeats are embarrassing.
And that kind of puts us out of the title race already. Game week 3, we're 6 points behind Liverpool. And we haven't even played anyone good yet. That's what's scary.
Yeah, that's the thing is we haven't
All
played
right, sorry,
anyone
Carl. I'll
decent.
let you go.
No, I think you guys have made valid points, but let me rewind back to summer. Club World Cup, Al Hilal. And I remember after that game going to a show. I think it was someone's show. I think Kelly, you were on. And I was complaining about what I saw as a pattern of play and a trend. And I said, this is going to continue on into next season. And I was abused for being a plastic, not supporting the club. It's not a friendly, it's this, it's that. I remember clearly. And I told you this problem is not about the players. It's about this great man who has refused to adapt to what's changed around him. There's a book called The Cheese Has Moved. Everybody should go read it. It's about adapting to situations around you and being aware of what's changed and adapting to that, and not sticking to the things that you think you know, because everything changes. When Brighton's new manager, who's 35, can beat you, you have a problem. When
He's
Tottenham
actually
Brentford can
just
beat you,
32, Carl. He's just 32. Can you imagine?
I
the
said
day-
this on the watch along
Yeah.
yesterday, and I got
You have-
sneered at. I said, "Why are we losing to this bum manager at Brighton?" I got
you
sneered at.
have a problem when these guys are slapping you and know exactly what to do with you. And you don't want to change. You want to still do 1,000 million passes and play a high line against Brighton away because you feel you can dominate the ball. They don't need the ball. It's not what you do with the ball. It's not it's not about having the ball. It's what you do with the ball when you have the ball. And teams do it well. Here we are. Erling Haaland had 4 or 5 chances, couldn't take them. Sergio Aguero probably kills those chances because he's better player than Haaland is. Haaland is the finisher, but Aguero is the better all-around player. Okay, fine. We have Haaland back there. Okay, who do you surround him with? Marmoush as what, a winger? Or as a 10? What is he playing? It's and then you play a high line with Kusanov, John Stones, and you invert the fullback stuff, with Nunes, who's not a fullback. I know he's not 100% fit. It's just baffling to me. I scratch my head. But well, actually, I'm not. I wasn't surprised. And then unfortunately, you have Trafford in there, made great saves, yes, but what's he gonna do? So I mean, it's I don't know, Patrick. I just look at it and I just say to myself, he looks like a man who doesn't have the solution to the problems. Just doesn't seem to have the solution to it at this point in time. And it's a shame because he shouldn't be this way. It shouldn't be this way at all.
Okay. First of all, let me just welcome everybody, guys. Keep on putting the likes up. Big up to yours, through your highness, for becoming a member for 6 months. Big up to you. And I think, let me not miss, I saw Brian, big up to you for the super chat. Appreciate it. We've been like this since the last 10 months. What the fuck? Yeah. Look, guys, I'm going to. I don't want to be very angry because I'm gonna just get angry and end up obviously saying things that I'm not supposed to say. But let me be honest with you. I said it after the Spurs games, and some people were saying I'm being negative. Some people said it's just Spurs. Sometimes you have to see patterns of play, and that's what I looked at last season when I predicted that we're gonna struggle. Is because we were conceding to teams within 10 seconds. I don't know if you remember that. Brentford, 10 seconds. We conceded
Ipswich.
5 seconds. Yeah, against
Fucking
Ipswich.
Ipswich did it to us last year.
Yeah. So Kyle Walker saved our asses. Yes, he became old, and then at the end of the day, Kyle Walker was supposed to leave. But I think Kyle Walker saved us and made that defense look great. Somebody said it to me, but I was very defensive because as a City fan, you have to defend your defenders. I defended John Stones and Diaz for so long, but somebody said, Patrick, they are decent defenders, but they are not a Van Dijk. If a high line goes to them, they get exposed. Kyle Walker saves them. So I went back and watched a few games when Kyle Walker was in his prime. Walker used to save the whole back line. I saw a video where Kyle Walker ran all the way to save Cancelo at the left-hand side. To save the ball from Cancelo, give it back to Edison, tell everybody calm down, and he goes back to the right. Basically, Walker was cleaning up for the whole back line, and this is how Mr. Pep Guardiola was able to play with the high line and look good. At the end of the day, I am not going to say, okay, that's bad. That means Pep's system is not that great. It is, because he's had teams that have got advantages in certain. The reason why the Barcelona team did not need a Kyle Walker is because they were all just good footballers who could keep the ball. So they'll just starve you off the ball. Kyle has studied them before. They were just top level elite players, all of them just born with the ball at their feet, all of them from Malaysia, from the academy. Some of them were just talented, a team, so they would starve you off the ball, and then other teams would give up. City had that for a while, but City had an issue that they're playing in the Prem, and in the Prem, they will counter-attack the shit out of you, and they will try to expose you at the back, and Kyle Walker was the insurance. And then yesterday, one of my brother opened my eyes and said, do you know that it's not Rodri's team? You guys keep giving this team to Rodri. He's like, nah, this is KDB's team. KDB was the one we all feared. KDB was the one every team was scared when he's on the ball. And that's when every team would try lock up places. And then if they leave him unmarked, you're in trouble. If you mark him, you leave extra space for somebody else. Now there's no KDB. Who on the ball in that midfield takes the ball and everybody shivers? Nobody. Even Klopp said when KDB is back fit warming up, the whole country is scared. Cherki is supposed to be our KDB, but he's going to take time. Is he going to become KDB? We don't know. It's just, I'm trying to also say that maybe people are right. Maybe Pep's tactics, long before, they were being exposed, but there was just good players like KDB, players like Walker, who could be able to step in and just make the system look great. Now we don't have somebody with pace in the back. Guess what? Every pace that's going in that back is being exposed. At least, what's his name? Kusanov tried. I saw Kusanov sweeping up and mopping up. I saw Kusanov save us against Madrid. I saw a tackle he made against Madrid, even though we lost against Madrid. So basically, this system needs fast defenders. Yet Pep Guardiola this season has decided to keep a 31-year to 32-year-old John Stones, who seems like he's a bit finished. Obviously, he wants him for the passing from the back. Then Diaz, who seems like he hasn't given us a great game in a long time. And looking at that back line, Nathan Ake has lost pace. And you're still playing the high line, a very high line, by the way. Who's going to run back? Why didn't you bring Juma? Juma is defending in high lines and looking great. Why didn't you just split? Send Ake on loan where Juma is instead. So I am a bit confused. Now the other thing is, I was speaking to my close friend Kels here that going forward, Carl, I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this. Going forward, if somebody comes out and says, but Pep Guardiola did not want Nunes, you're lying. Because I think Pep Guardiola looks at these players and accepts them.
So, but just Patrick, I mean, so there are a lot of so-called ITKs who lie. They just lie to you. If you think any player you have has not been blessed by the manager, you're delusional.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is
delusional.
Like, he's very powerful. He's very powerful at City. Like, look at Enrique at PSG. What did Enrique do? He's got rid of Donnarumma. And Donnarumma said, I had a deal. Donnarumma's cousin or agent said, we had a deal with PSG. Set. The deal was done. But guess what? Enrique went and said, I don't want Donnarumma. Get me another keeper. So this is what I keep telling people. This Phillips was signed off by Pep. Nunes was signed off by Pep. Nolito was signed off by Pep. Remember Nolito? He was signed off by Pep.
Bravo, them guys.
Bravo, yeah. He failed with Bravo. Remember? Pep got rid of Joe Hart, who was a fan favorite, one of my favorite keepers, and then he brought Bravo, and Bravo failed. Then he went to get Edison. Now he's getting Donnarumma. He wanted Donnarumma, by the way. If you guys remember, go do your research. When before Donnarumma went to AC Milan or went to PSG, City wanted Donnarumma when he was young, and he ended up going elsewhere. So it looks like he's come back for Donnarumma. So that means he knew that I like Donnarumma. Donnarumma has openly said that I love Pep Guardiola and I like playing under Pep Guardiola. So Pep has signed off on Donnarumma. So if we have to change the system because of Donnarumma, it's Pep. Because his brother, Enrique, has said, this is not my keeper. Because he's not good with his feet. And Pep has said, give me this keeper. So it's on Pep. So what's going forward is on Pep. Pep's told Victor, go to Girona because I want to give you game time. And he kept Ake. So if I see Ake without pace, and I see even though Girona is thinking, and people start telling me, bring back Victor, and you're blaming Ake. You can't blame Ake. You have to blame Pep because he said, I'm not going to give you game time, so you have to go. So people, the issue I have with a lot of City fans is there is a group of City fans who want to tell us that people are crybabies, people are ungrateful. I'm sorry, nobody's ungrateful. This is not City in Main Road. I'm going to say this 100%, and I hope you guys can take it how it is. If you take it offensively, take it. And I'm not saying offensive, but I'm going to tell you facts and straightforward. Man City right now in 2025 is Man City. Is not Man City for Main Road that was being slapped around, getting relegated, and then signing low budget players. This is Man City with 100 million Jack Grealish. This is a Man City team that has got 50 million euro players. This is a Man City team that has got a top manager in Pep Guardiola. This is a Man City team that just signed Donnarumma, who is one of the best keepers in the world. So this is not Man City for Main Road. I'm sorry. It's not a dig, but I'm just telling you, open your eyes. So when people or even the modern fans you talk about tell you that this is not good enough, it's not good enough. You can't tell me that, oh, you're being spoiled. Oh, why are you doing this? Who cares? If you okay, if I'm being spoiled or you guys are not spoiled, why were you celebrating the treble? Give back the treble then. Say that you don't want the treble. But you were celebrating the treble, all of you. 4 in a row, you were busy flossing to Man United. So you want to be able to celebrate all the good things that the new Man City has brought. But when it's the negative stuff, you don't want to point it out. I'm sorry, this is not good enough. And I think for me personally, I'm going to say this. I am starting to feel sorry for Pep. Because even in the game when I was watching, I don't know, Carl, if you saw this, he was not even standing. He usually stands on the side and talks a lot. It was actually Yaya Toure's brother, Kolo, and the other Pep who was standing talking. Pep Guardiola was on the seat, got smacked and out tactic, and he had no idea what to do. Kelster is right. It looks like he was slapped and outsmarted by the younger manager who's just 32 years old. I'm 37 years old. This manager is 32 years old. This manager decided, what did I say in my last stream? I said, give me Luton Town, give me Adama, and then James, I'll beat him. Look at a 32-year-old just beat him just now. So at the end of the day, I don't want to start hearing people saying, you told me last season, majority of you, that let's give him this season. If we continue ticking defeats, I want to hear at the end of the season, those people told me, let's give him this season. Let's see what you're going to tell us. That we give him a next season. I'm sorry. Sometimes if this continues, I think we just have to accept. Because even Chelsea fans didn't accept that Jose is finished. You know that, right? They clinged on until the end and Jose was done. Ferguson left United. Everybody has to leave. It's not that you're being ungrateful. We all love Pep Guardiola. And it's heartbreaking to see our manager, even Kyle idolizes Pep Guardiola. And he says he feels bad to see his idol going towards this issue where he can't fix things. And it's not about the players, because we keep blaming the players. But I'm telling you this today. I think we give all these players to that 32-year-old Brighton manager. He wins games. I think he wins games. I think we give this same team to Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank was going to win the game against Spurs. I'm sorry. I'm just telling you.
Give this team to Glasner down at Crystal Palace. He easily wins the game. We probably win by like 4 or 5 goals.
Glasner is leaving, by the way.
Players in the right position.
Apparently, he wants to leave. Glasner's told him that this is his last season. He's ambitious. He wants a better team.
We should really keep an eye on him. I'm not lying when I say that. He's made a very mediocre Crystal Palace team look really damn good.
He is, and this is the thing that Carl was saying. These modern managers seem to have a different type of football, and they seem to not be easily bullied around. They don't just accept defeat. People are talking about those Andrew Paju, whatever those. What's his name? That guy, the guy who was the England manager and got sacked before he even started.
Allardyce.
People these are
not. Oh God.
Yeah, no, these are not some Allardyce days where they just have an inferior thing against Pep and they just give him the win. These new managers, Carl, they have the guts, isn't it? They want to show that I can take you on. So I'm sorry. And do you know what's worse? There's nobody here who can give me an excuse for our manager, because in January, Pep Guardiola spent money. was given money, and then in summer he was given more money. Yes, I'm also not happy with what we've done. With what we've done in the transfer market, because we failed to get a right back, and yet we're playing people like Rico Lewis, who are 5'4" as right back and getting bullied, and we're playing Nunes as a right back.
It's
and
crazy.
I don't get it.
I think that
We have one fullback
there
in the
is
club.
there is nobody in this, unless you're an idiot, unless you're a complete idiot, right? There's nobody in this fan base who can really defend not getting a right back. There's just no one. If you're one of those who still makes excuses for not having a right back, then I'm sorry, you're lost. Because it just doesn't make any sense. It just makes no sense. The moment Kyle Walker was leaving, you should have identified a right back and gone hell for leather to get that person. Make them an offer they cannot refuse. What Liverpool have done with Isaac is literally muddy the water so much that there was no other option but to sell this guy. None. There's no choice. It was inevitable. They told the player, kill it. Don't show up, don't play, don't practice, do nothing. We got you. We'll back you. And when it's time, we'll pay the money. That's what they did. That's why the boy had bravery to do what he did now. Because he knows he has the whole FSG and Liverpool apparatus backing him. He knows it. Let's be clear. Isaac would never do what he did unless he had guarantees from Liverpool LFC that they were going to do that. This is how the game is played. He had guarantees that we're going to do it, push him all the way. That's what happened. And you're using Rico Lewis and Matheus Nunes as right back. And you're playing you inverted them to midfield, and you say Nunes not, and you're playing right back. But you have Johnson, you have Diaz and who are at centre back, who can't run with no Walker. It's crazy. I'm sorry, man. I watched it for a bit and I just switched it off because it was a waste. Even though it was just wasting my time. It's just a waste of time. Really, it's not Kelly. It's not that we're plastic fans or we have to win. It's not about the win. It's about the whole thing. You have 4 goalkeepers and no right back. You bought a guy from Chelsea, that goalkeeper kid. You have Trafford. You bought him. He's supposed to be number 1. You still have Stefan Ortega there. Now you bring Gigi Donnarumma.
We have
So
4
4
keepers now and 0
4.
right backs.
4 keepers. You know.
Also, Carl, I need to bring up something that you've said in private chats. Once again, proved to be very correctly. You said right away when we signed Hugo Viana, you said him and Pep are going to clash. And I think we're kind of seeing it right now in the squad, because I think Hugo Viana wants to rebuild this. He wants to burn it all to the ground and rebuild it with young players. And you can see that by the type of signings he made. Like in January, you could see it in January. Victor Hayes, Yumaba, Husanov, those are not Tiki signings at all. Those are Hugo Viana signings, because that's what he did at Porto, or what, Sporting? Whatever club he came from. It was Sporting Lisbon. Sorry, my bad. But he rebuilt that team. He burnt it to the ground. He rebuilt it, and they won a title. So you can't argue with that. Like that's a pretty, for me, I know it's only the Portuguese league, but that's a pretty good track record to do that in like one window. And Pep Guardiola is in win now mode. And you could just see it in this window. You can see that we signed Trafford. That's a clear Viana signing. Trafford is Viana all the way. Like he wants him to be the keeper for 10 years. And then all of a sudden we signed Donnarumma. That screams Pep to me. And this roster just feels like a mishmash of projects, some of which were Tiki projects, some of which are Hugo Viana projects, and win now players. And you can see why it's just a confusion out on the pitch. Like, I don't think Pep doesn't know what to do with everybody, clearly. And the system that he's trying to run, nobody can do what he's doing, what he's asking them to do. And that's why we've already dropped 6 points. We've lost 2 games.
Yeah, but it's his own fault, though. And how many times has he said that you have to adapt to the players you have? And as Carl says, and I'm saying the same thing, there is no way any keeper, even including Trafford, was signed without Pep saying this is good enough. He did. He's accepted all this. Like, people have to realize, don't give him a way out. I'm not going to give him an excuse or way out this season. He has to find a solution. Now, the funny thing is this. Enrique went to PSG, isn't it, Carl? Enrique went to PSG. Didn't Enrique find a way to play with Donnarumma and won a treble?
Yeah, but we don't have the surrounding pieces to do that. As Spartacus has explained many, many times on many spaces and on many streams, I'm going to give credit to him. He said the reason they did that is because everybody else on the team kind of dropped back. Like you had Vitinha dropping back to do the goal kicks for him. So that's body out of the midfield to make up for that. You had Dembele.
Yeah, but it still worked, isn't it?
It's falling back into our midfield.
Yeah, but it still worked.
Kelly, you're a wonderful person, and you've nailed it on the head. What he did was adapt.
Thank you. That's what you do as a top manager.
What Enrique did was adapt to the quality that he has and change the way they play differently. Right?
Adapt how? Can you explain adapting?
You gotta watch the game. Then you come and talk to me.
I watched the game.
And what did you see?
I agree with you. I agree with what you are saying. Okay. I wanted to explain to me adaptation you are talking about.
Yeah. Right?
Okay.
You have Nuno Mendes, you have Hakimi, who are bombing forward, overlapping on the wide areas many, many times. And sometimes they get caught, right? In it right there, right? But they always also, they don't play this, they play high line, but they don't play the high line all the time. Sometimes they'll drop into this mid-block, but still keep possession and wait for you to push them, and then they blow you out by transitioning quickly. Look at the game against Inter Milan, right? For the most part, they were almost in their middle third, but then they pulled Inter Milan closer to them, and they played through them easy. In fact, definitely first goal was by Hakimi, correct? It
was.
Yes, you are right.
Yeah.
But
think about it. We don't have quality like Hakimi and Mendes for fullbacks.
No, you are
Our
right.
fullbacks are not like that.
But what you are forgetting, Kelsey, what you are forgetting is, yes, PSG has Hakimi and Mendes. But what you are forgetting is they play false nine. And when you play false nine, your false nine player can overload the midfield. And we don't have that. We have
we have Erling Haaland on 500K
Can I say something? Just to build on your point, right? Yes, we had a false nine. You sold him to Atletico Madrid.
Yes,
he sent the other one to Leverkusen.
Yes,
you have them there.
I know. You are right. Listen to me. You are right. We do have a false nine, but Pep Guardiola don't want to use it. For example, if you watch the last game against Brighton, you know the second half what they did. Brighton, they did only one thing, simple thing. He made a substitute, then he overloaded the midfield. That's all. He understand one thing, that Manchester City is playing 3 midfield, and one of them just came back from injury, just overload the midfield. And even if you see the second goal, look at the Brighton players where they are. They are 4 players behind our midfield. Just look at that. The problem we have is right now is 3 things. One is a mentality. Whenever we can score one, the team score against us 1 goal, we drop our head. And the other thing we have is a personnel. And the last thing we have, and is the biggest problem, is the system. The system we are playing is not good playing with Haaland. And I'm saying right now, I did say it last week. If we insist playing Haaland with this system, we are cooked.
So Patrick, see this, I don't know what this guy's name is, right? I don't know what his name is, right? But you and I have talked about this many, many times, and he's absolutely 1,000,000% correct.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Yeah, he's saying you're correct. He's giving you praise. You're saying he's doing it correct.
100% correct. Which is why certain games need a different profile as the 9 who can drop in and play the false 9 to combine and overload centrally. So you don't have to overload centrally with the fullbacks. You can overload centrally with the false 9 to make a four.
Is that Mamouche? Because Mamouche can also do that.
Mamouche has been outplayed in different positions where he's not supposed to play. That's why he looks poor.
Yeah, Pep doesn't know how to use him.
It's just like he looks poor now. Mamouche is,
Do you agree with that, Carl? Does Pep know how to use Marmouche?
when he was at Frankfurt, what system did Frankfurt play? What did Mamouche play?
Behind the striker.
Okay. Do we play 4-4-2?
No, we don't.
So why are you playing Mamouche right now on the wing? He's not a winger now. And he's not a real number 10, that kind of controlling number 10 like David Silva or De Bruyne. They're not the same profile.
I think we need to bring Conway and Prophet into this conversation.
My guy, you are absolutely 100% right. And right now in our club, we need brave Pep Guardiola. If you look back the season we won the treble, do you remember the first half of the season? He dropped Kyle Walker, and the reason he dropped Kyle Walker was the Kyle Walker didn't suit the system he was playing at that time. Right now, we need Pep Guardiola, the old Pep Guardiola, who is brave enough to drop one of the biggest guys in our team.
Monachit, it's as if you read Kao's book. This is what he's been saying for long, that we need the Pep Guardiola from long time ago. That's what Kao has been saying for the past
You remember,
few months.
Patrick, I always say to the City fans, when I say to them, just look at the Ibrahimovic story. He bought Ibrahimovic 2010. During the season, he dropped him out the team because of it. The reason he dropped him, not because of Ibrahimovic was not good player or was not big player. He dropped him because he didn't suit the team. And we have to do that because unless he's changed the system. And the other reason I'm telling you is, you know the reason we invert our defenders. The only reason we invert our defenders is to overload the midfield, to protect the midfield. Right now we have weak defensive team. We cannot overload the midfield with our defenders. That's why I'm telling you we need Marmouche up front. And I'm telling you, if you look back the Juventus game in Club World Cup, just look the first half. Even though
it was good. The front three, you're right. The front three was good.
No. The people, sometimes fans right now are mutants. They don't understand football. If you look the first half, even though we scored one goal, we look fluid. We look a fluid team. We didn't get a lot of transition from Juventus. We look solid. And even when, for example, when Rodri get the ball, you look only Bernardo Silva and Tijani Reinders. There's no any spare team from the top because Haaland cannot hold up the ball. That's the problem. That's the problem we have. And even if you look back, the second goal Brighton scored, our fullbacks were bobbing front. That's why if you do that, you have to overload the midfield with false nine. And I'm telling you guys, and I'm telling you right now, and I will tell you every time, Pep Guardiola's system don't work out clear strike. I'm telling you. People always say it's working out a treble season. Even the treble season, if you look back the first half of the season, we struggled. He tried everything. He dropped Kyle Walker. He even dropped Cancelo. Manchester City team, when we dominated the league, we were always not the one team man. We always a team with system who are functioning together. Every person was scoring goals. Right now we are one-dimensional team. If Haaland don't score, we are cooked. That's the problem.
He's right. You know what, man? Big up to you, man. What you've just said, I respect what you said. And you know what? You've just said the same thing that Kao says. Yeah,
people are afraid. People are afraid of the fact that they'll be called plastic, glory hunter, where were you when we were crap, all that kind of stuff. That's what these people. That's what they use as blackmail for people not to say the truth. And the truth is that the people, you need the ability to have players who can change your system on the fly. For example, an Alvarez. For example, an Echeverry who can play the false nine. You can overload Century by dropping in to create that midfield diamond in a 4-3-3. As opposed to a guy who will stand up there all the time, and if they put three on him, there's nothing he can do. right? With the 4 in a row season, one of the best games I saw them play was against Arsenal, the 4-1 at the Etihad. And one of the reasons why they were so good was because Haaland would drop inside and combine with De Bruyne, and De Bruyne now takes his position. That's essentially a false nine. The goal that De Bruyne scores when with Haaland, when he checks in, plays the ball wide to De Bruyne, De Bruyne makes a run and passes the ball into the right-hand corner, is essentially a false nine. False nine is not a person, it's a position. We talk about, for example, Patrick, you and I have done the show before about Liverpool when we went to Anfield, that 2-2, that game that we analyzed, me and you. Remember that game we analyzed?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Where we said who was a false nine in that game? It wasn't Jesus.
Kyle Walker. It was Kyle
It was
Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Hmm.
Walker was the one who was arriving in the box to do the last pass before the goal. It was him. He was a false nine. He was a false nine. This idea that the false nine is some kind of striker who stands in, no, that's not true. It's about who arrives in the box to lay that ball off, who's the last person. The ball before the goal, the one that scores the goal. That's what it is. In the year we played a false nine with Phil Foden and De Bruyne, the 21-22 season, whatever it was, perfection. Gundogan was a false nine, arriving in the box like a ghost to score the goal. That's where your 1,000 million passes works. Your 1,000 million pass doesn't work if you're playing low block with a number 9 who cannot get the ball to score a goal. And now you've sent everybody away and you have no flexibility because you're scared of having a big squad because you can't manage a big squad because of the egos. So you want a small squad, but you want to compete at the highest level with a small squad. How are you going to do that? How's it possible?
I mean, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. You know what's mad? The upcoming matches we have, and I can't even see where the win is coming from. I think I think in the first game we will win, inshallah. It will be Burnley. I think Burnley. I think the only game we will win is Burnley.
Patrick, maybe it's a good thing, Kelly. It's a good thing. Now we don't win any of the next 3 or 4 games. Maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it is a good thing.
How would that be a good thing?
Because everybody's going to wake up and smell the coffee.
It's
been awake since 6 o'clock.
I just don't know.
No, you know what's mad? You know what?
Ready to say Pep.
Kelly, right? Here are the facts, right? If we don't win United, Arsenal, we're in the relegation zone. Speak clear.
Brother.
Yeah, with the squad, that's inexcusable.
Brother.
We have I think we have the best squad in the league. I don't know.
And some will say, and it's the argument's going to be, oh yeah, when we were crap, we were in the relegation zone, we enjoyed it, terrible pies and one end of main. I don't give 2 shits about that stuff. It's not 1980, it's 2025. You don't get billion-dollar owners coming and reinvest in your club because you want to live the days where you're terrible. Nobody cares, mate. Nobody cares.
Brother, you are
Nobody
right.
cares about that stuff.
Brother, can I remind everyone here example? Do you remember 2019 when we won the league in one bond? Do you remember? How many games Kevin De Bruyne played that time? How many games?
Few, very few, because we injured.
He was injured because we were not one team, man. We were a team. I was watching Bigel City fan channelists. They were saying you have to bull around the team on Haaland. Oh my days! That is our downfall. I'm telling you something. Let me tell you something. Our downfall began when we rewarded our players in contract because of their branding. That's the reason we are.
No, let me tell you, my friend. The downfall, the issues began. The treble has become a curse. And let me explain that. Let me expound on it, right? Okay. The moment you win that treble, the next thing you should do is go get 3 or 4 players who are top quality, bring them in, reinforce the squad. The moment you said you don't need players to add to that team, that was the beginning of the end. Because what that tells me is that you believe that it was on you and not the players. So that's arrogance, what I call the God complex. Only I can fix it. You can't do it. The players are. It's the players. It's the players. You think Arne Slot's You think Arne Slot's an incredible manager? No, he's not. He's okay.
Yes, bro. You are
he's
right.
Got good players.
You are 100%.
He's got good players, and he knows how to manage the players, put them in the shape that they need to play to win games. It's not something super special.
You are right, bro. You are right, bro. I am 100% with you. And I also want to say something. I will never ever criticize our players. I will ever after that game Brighton, because the system we are blaming is killing everyone.
Yeah. The system is
killing everyone. And the other thing we are saying in Premier League, like it's not like the other leagues. Premier League is a not merciful league. one tactic you will figure out. And every coach is figures out. Every coach. Why do you think every match we lose after the second half? After the first half? Why do you think that? Because every coach sees that there's no midfield here. The midfield cannot work here. Just overload the midfield. That's it.
I really want to get Prophet and Conway involved in this conversation. Although their mics are turned off, but if you guys please jump in, I would love to hear your thoughts. We know Prophet has been big on big critiquing of Pep. So, what were your thoughts about the weekend, Prophet, and this transfer window? What do you see? What do you see going on?
I told you, I'm really a prophet for sure. What did I tell you guys during the summer? Oh, should we get this player? Oh, we want that player. It makes no difference. What I really wanted this transfer window is for us to get not only Donnarumma but Rodrigo as well, so that the fan base would see that it's not going to make any difference who comes through the door. The players do well. Maybe things have changed, but based on the little that I know, it's not the players who dictate the system. It's the manager. So if the system is flawed, it simply means that the manager is going wrong. And I've listened to the fan base, whether it's the content creators or Twitter, and everybody's cutting off their foot to fit the shoe just to say it is not on Pep. So that's what everybody's doing. It's not on Pep. It's that we don't have good quality players. I remember Pep saying, well, I guess you can't say anything when you're winning, but, I adapt to the quality of my players. No, tell me if I'm wrong. The majority of the team and players that we have been buying are direct players. When I watched Haaland at Dortmund, he was direct. Marmoush is direct. Doku is direct. Savio is direct. Nunes is direct. Yeah, Nico Gonzalez can do the counter-attacking thing.
Kova's direct. Nunes, yeah.
Yeah, so we have direct players. So I'm thinking, with my foolish self, since we have direct players, I don't think Tippy Tap is going to work because guess what? That's not what they do. That is not the strength of the players. So how about we play to the strength of the players? Everybody's looking for a player to blame. Oh, Doku is no good. If you're really watching the game, who is in the box he's going to cross to? Or sometimes when he makes that run and he dashes down the wing, everybody else the fullbacks are sitting in the laps of Rodri and friends because they're in midfield. No backup. Everything Lamal does, either Eric Garcia or Koundé when he's at right back. If he's going to cut in, you see the right back going on the outside. If he's on the outside, you see the right back taking his time, screeching in on the inside. So as brilliant as Lamal is, he is getting the support. The system is madness. The system is madness. How do we know? We don't need any heat map. We don't need any satellite imagery from NASA. We see it with our eyes. It is not working. We are easy to defend. Patrick says he can get Luton Town to beat City. I can get my corner league team and set them up and beat City because I know exactly what they're going to do at all times. Yesterday in the match, the only time that we looked good and threatening was when we got the ball from back to front quickly and we're moving at pace. The few times we did it, we looked good. Outside of that, everybody was on the beach for a Sunday stroll, just passing it about themselves, no desire, no passion, and in the end, there was no shame.
Prophet.
Same old.
I don't want to interrupt you, brother Prophet. I want to just emphasize something the Prophet just said because and apologies, but whenever I interrupt, it's not because I'm trying to cut you off to be rude.
No
I want
problem.
to I want to emphasize something. When Prophet says that we are literally looking like a transition team, he's absolutely correct. And I'll go back to the Wolves game. How many goals were in transition?
Yeah.
3, 4? There were.
Yeah, I think 3 of them were, yeah.
Exactly. So
Second
you are
one,
thinking
the one from Bob to Holland, that was definitely a transition.
maybe the reason why these guys cannot defend a high line because they're afraid of the 1,000 passes. They don't have the confidence or the ability to do so. Maybe they're more transition kind of players, which clearly they are. Doku, Savinio, even Bob, Holland, right? They're all transition kind of guys. They're Rangers. Are they David Silva, De Bruyne, Phil, who's the other guy? Yeah, Fernandinho. Even those guys move the ball quickly. Right? So maybe they are transition kind of guys. So why are you playing a high line with transition
Yeah,
players?
wasn't Nunes famous
Sorry,
for
Prophet.
wasn't Nunes
Also-
famous for being let me answer this. Says this channel will never catch on because nobody likes the truth. Respect, boys. Yes, Bella, you've been here with us for a long time. You know that the reason why sometimes you never catch on is because people want copium. So unfortunately, I will never change to sell copium. So we don't sell copium. And Bella, you've been here with me, so you know the truth. That's why I know. Yeah, it is what it is. But go ahead, Kelkston. Then maybe we can get Conway, who's been quiet.
Let's get Conway in because he's been waiting for a long time. I've talked a lot. I want to hear what Conway has to say. But first, a moment of silence for Edison.
Yeah, and Conway, I'm sorry that your keeper is gone now. I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, man.
By the way, Conway, Carl thinks we've made a big mistake by letting Edison go and disappointing him because he is
Conway, you and I know that if you're going to play possession-based football, there's nobody on this planet better, in my opinion. Maybe Allison's close, but even he's not as good as Edison with the ball.
There's no one that can talk to Edison when it comes to his feet.
There's nobody in the world. This
There's
brother has a world record.
Yeah, Guinness World Record. It belongs
Guinness
to
World Record. He sold it for 12 million.
It's shocking business, but I think it was always going to come to a point where he will eventually leave the club. You look at the signing that we made in his replacement, Donnarumma, which I think is a top keeper, but only time will tell whether he's the right fit for the club. There's never been a club that Pep Guardiola has gone to, and he hasn't instructed his goalkeeper to play at the back. Now you've signed Donnarumma. I'm very interested to see in how that's going to work with him. Because like you guys mentioned earlier, you had the likes of Marquinhos, Vitinha, whoever it be from PSG, helping Donnarumma to play out from the back in that regard. Are we going to do that if Donnarumma's in our goal? And can we afford to do that every single game? Only time will tell whether this was a correct signing or not. But he's here now, and you have to back him as a senior player. So I think there's a lot of things that we've done this window that I feel like we've left ourselves handicapped, especially when it comes across our back line. Akanji's now obviously been announced as an Inter Milan player. I know Patrick and some other people, you guys have had your thoughts on Akanji, especially about what he said during the Club World Cup. I understand people being frustrated when it comes to that. But you look at the injuries that we're currently suffering at the moment with Husanov, who got announced today by the Uzbek FA, Gavardio, who's still currently not fully fit, Stones and Ake going to international DE, and we know what their injury record is like. This is why, at the very start of the window, I mentioned we need to prioritize bringing in a defender. And if you want to sign a right back, you can also bring in a right back who can also be playing as a centre back. The same type of signing that we did with Akanji a couple of years ago, which Akanji was a very good signing when we first brought him in. So, but we didn't look into that. We didn't try and see if we can find a profile that could fit that over this transfer that we fixated on other signing. Now we've come to a point where you have Husanov, Diaz, Gavardio, Ake, Stones as your defenders. Two of them are injury prone. Gavardio is currently not fully fit. Diaz is the only fully fit centre back that we have available to us at the moment. You are now in the same position where you were last season, and then going into November and December when we suffered all those losses, where we had to play Jamai Simpson-Pusi as our centre back in couple games, 17 years of age at the time. You're going into that same position. But people told me last season that come to the following transfer window this summer that we are now, that we will recruit better when it comes to that area. We signed 2 centre backs in January. We've loaned 1 out. Why would you loan Teresa if you understand that Akanji could potentially be leaving? This is
They'll
something that I
recall
don't
it.
understand why the club did, and I think that's why I was heavily talking about the defense, because I feel like a lot of people were fixated on the mainstream topics, our attack, Rodrigo's of the world, and I understand that you need reinforcement in your attack as well, but you can score all the goals as much as you want. But what's the point of scoring all those goals if the opposition that you're playing against is just going to score the same number of goals that you scored against them because of your weak backline? What's the point? And look at the system that we're currently deploying at the moment, like you guys touched on earlier. We're deploying a high line with players who aren't currently fit with their ages and with the quality that they're at right now in 2025. They can't play that high line. If you're playing Husanov and Gavadio as your centre-back partnership, a young partnership, Husanov being very fast as well as Josko, then I understand you playing a high line. But if you have Diaz, Stones, and you sub on Rico Lewis, why are you playing a high line? Rico's going to be the guy that's going to invert into midfield. Then you have gaps in midfield where you now need one midfielder in a Rodri as an example to come back and help that defense to hold its line. But he wasn't there at the time because it's his first Premier League start when he was back. Just look at how look at the entire sequence of play of Brighton's second goal. That is the issue currently that we have across our defense. And now we have 2 weeks of international break. What Pep needs to be fixated on now is because there's no preseason where we can actually allow Donnarumma to be slowly embedded into this team, learn how we play. He's going straight into the fire. I question whether he's going to start in our first game back after the international break against United. We'll see. But now he has 2 weeks to figure out how he can build this team, starting from our new goalkeeper moving forward. Because there's no time for us to go into a preseason. The preseason's not here anymore. We've already played 3 Premier League games. We lost 2, 1-1. There's no time for no jokes. He has to now, with Pep Linders, Kolo Toure, his coaching staff, understand how we're going to play from the goalkeeping position moving forward. Because that is what we need to now understand. What is going to be your starting 11 week in, week out? Because the likes of Savio will come back after the international break. Hopefully Foden does as well. What will be your starting 11 week in, week out? Because right now the starting 11 has been swapped and changed. A couple players have played, a couple players haven't. What is going to be your 11 week in, week out? Pep needs to understand that. 2 weeks, understand what that's going to be, and then we can see how this team looks after the international break. Because that's when I'm going to fully start judging the team. I know we've lost 2 games. We should have never lost to Brighton. We always lose against Tottenham. It is what it is. But I'm going to fully start judging this team after the international break. Because then I will know what Pep actually wants to do. And even he himself said a couple of days ago that it will take time for this to click with the number of new players that we've signed. But I would say now that the window's officially closed, we have handicapped ourselves in certain areas of the squad. The only thing that we can do now is accept it and see where we will be in the coming weeks' time.
Yeah, Conway, the truth is, Conway, that I mean, it's criminal that we don't have a right back. It's criminal.
Okay, Pat's out, so I'm taking over.
Yeah, Kelly, I just cannot understand it. You're gonna play Madrid, Liverpool, Arsenal with Rico Lewis and Matthias Nunes at right back. What do you think they're gonna do? Who are they gonna target?
They're going to target a weak point
every time.
They're going to target a weak point, which is your right back.
Yeah.
I think they'll start targeting Nori too, because he's been a very mixed bag defensively. He did not look very good defensively.
I know
Spurs
he wasn't
Brighton.
fit. He's not fit.
I know he was not fully fit against Brighton.
He was fit against Spurs. Oh no, he got injured. Never mind.
Sorry. He wasn't fit.
He got injured against Spurs, and we rushed him back to play him against Brighton.
Oh look! But guess what? We only have one. We only have one fullback at the club, and now he's injured.
And now today, Kels, today the Algerian FA, what did they announce? The fact that I know we can't come to Algeria for the international duties because he's injured.
Yeah, they gave him shots. Probably that's
Oscar
what happened.
Bob
Yeah,
they gave him shots.
Also out too.
Yeah.
This is the same issue we had last season. Remember, everyone came back too soon, and everyone had poor form the whole season, and they kept getting injured, and they kept coming back too soon, and they kept having poor form.
No, but
this is happening in game week 3. That is very worrying. What is going on? This Pep Linders guy, man. These training sessions are too intense. He needs to tone it
Kels,
down.
when our players got injured last season, they didn't get injured way too early. They got injured after October, going into November, whatnot.
Yeah.
When I'm seeing a plethora of injuries so early already, why is that the case? You mentioned a good point, Pep Linders. His training sessions. What is going on when it comes to that? And initially, when Pep Linders was announced to come to be Pep's assistant coach, I had question marks when it comes to that because I know what Liverpool fans were complaining about. The one thing that Liverpool fans mention when it comes to Linders is that Liverpool as a team, they always start very fast. You'll see Liverpool as a team win all their games or majority of their games at the start of the season. Then come Christmas time going into January, that's when they start to slow down. And then towards that period, that's when we will take over and obviously win a consecutive number of games to eventually clinch the title. That's what Liverpool fans used to always complain about when it comes to Linders and how he trains these guys. Are we trying to do the similar thing when it comes to our players when we know we don't have guys that are like physical or are known for their engines, can run all over the pitch? We don't have those sort of players.
Athletes, yeah.
We don't have those sort of athletes. Yeah, that's the word. We don't have those sort of athletes within our squad. There might be a couple players that might be known when it comes to their stamina, their athlete. But those are the players that we're not playing often enough. And Nunes, if you wanted for him to be an actual athlete that's going to press in midfield, you should just play him as an outright midfielder. But we've now deployed him as a right back for him to be playing in that position that he's still not comfortable with.
Yeah. Dude, this comment right here about Linders. Yeah. I think these players went from 0 to 100 in training, and you could see their bodies aren't ready for it. And we got, you're right, Conway. We got warned by this about Liverpool fans. In fact, they were like cheering and laughing about it. They were like laughing at us for being so naive about like, oh, yay, we got Pep Linders. We're going to do everything Liverpool did, blah, blah, blah. And then they started like secretly being happy. They're like, oh, sweet. They're all going to break down and be injured. And we're going to walk the title again. And yeah, it's all good so far.
At the end, Kelly, me see, at the end of the day, and I've said this many times, I mean, the players are the players, right? I just think, I don't think he knows who the best 11 is.
He never does this time around.
And the reason why I say that is, and listen, I'm no superstar coach. That this guy, I'm not, right? But I'm telling you, I mean, now with my new team, I have this incredible group of kids who are talented, and I even struggle to figure out who's best in what position. And their pros and their cons, you're trying to wrestle between. You may not know who your best 11 is. You may not know.
It's gonna take them. Well, also, most of our best 11 right now is injured. Like Josh Guardiola is one of the first names on the team sheet. We have no idea when he's coming back. We don't even know what his injury is. We're going off of tidbits from Croatia Twitter.
Yeah, but that's injuries happen. It's part of the game. But so what do? You adapt, Kelly. You adapt. I mentioned this earlier on. I mentioned this earlier on, Conway, right? I think one of the best games we played in the past 3 years was the game of the Emirates, 3-1. We had 30% possession. We won 3-1 because all our goals were transition, quick counter-attack goals. Haaland, De Bruyne. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Away to Arsenal. We gave them the ball. They had 70% of the ball. We had 30, 3-1. De Bruyne's go away, takes the player on, shoots from almost 50, 60 yards.
Yeah, Grealish goals,
Yeah. Haaland too, go. In the box. All transition.
Yep. That's something that we applauded Pep in that particular game where we decided to give the ball away to the opposition.
Yeah.
And then obviously press them in that regard to the point where they would lose the ball. Haaland winning the ball back from Gabriel and then passing the ball to Gundogan, which eventually leads to Grealish. Yeah. I mean, there was that is the sort of adaptation that Pep did in that year that obviously led us to win the number of trophies that we won in that particular season. Yeah. We're now sticking to the same sort of system, game in, game out, where the opposing managers can understand that, this City team's not going to change the way they play because they're not adapting. That is what is hurting us when it comes to this time. Yeah. Why are we not adapting and making the opposing manager think, I don't know what their next move is going to be, make substitution that might confuse the opposing manager, and he's going to make substitution that's going to confuse himself? Why are we not doing these things anymore? This comes down to the manager, and I think Pep should be looking at himself during this break to understand how he can deploy a new system and obviously keep adapting to the best to help players reach their best quality. And you have the likes of Doku and Savio coming back. And why I want to mention these guys is when they do come back into the team, how are you going to play these wingers? Because that's very important. You're not just going to leave them on the bench. You're going to play these guys. How are you going to play these wingers? Are you going to play them to their strength or still do the same thing where you're going to have Doku play on the left wing invert when I need Doku, who in transition, when you play him on the right wing, can go past a number of defenders because he's very fast. And when he gets to the byline, can actually deliver an accurate pass because he's passing on his right foot when he's on the right wing, which will then obviously help us create a plethora of chances. Are we going to do that? Or are we just going to go back to the old way of playing these wingers? We'll see, man.
I got to
We
get
know the
Alfie's
answer.
input on the wingers because he's got some very strong views on Doku. So, what do you think
Not
about
bad.
what Conway just said? Do you think that if we deploy these wingers a little differently, maybe we'll get the best out of them?
You'll never. I mean, we're already getting the best out of Doku. He's just not very good. Savio is a different story. Maybe if you play him on the left, you can cross more and you can get something out of him. But even that's monotone. These wingers are monotone. If I'm sorry, yeah. If you're playing for Crystal Palace and you're a one-trick pony, fine. If you are Bukayo Saka and you're a one-trick pony, but nobody can stop you from doing what you do, fine. These are not wingers of that quality. That's a problem. I mean, I was just going through the squad here while I came on, which is why I was so quiet. I don't rate any of our players, bar 7, who's going to be in starting 11. I guess 8 now that Donnarumma is coming. I mean, that's tragic. I think our starting 11, which probably will include Rodri, is not ready to be playing week in, week out. You saw it against Brighton. I mean, everyone was praising how good he was. He wasn't running. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for not running. He's coming off an ACL. But that meant Tijani had to run for himself, for Rodri, and for Silva. He's doing 3 players their job in midfield. He's dead by the 30th minute. So, of course, in the second half, he dropped off. He's keeping Silva on the pitch until the 70th minute. He's not using Gonzalez, who's there, probably our only midfielder with a bit of energy besides Tijani. He's not utilizing O'Reilly until way late. He's taking off Marmoush, who's the only one pressing. The substitutions, there's no thought to it. There really isn't. And I don't know who said it earlier, but whoever said it earlier, Pep isn't going to improve. He's already admitted that he stopped reviewing games. He's not as obsessed as he used to be. Pep used to be obsessed. He's no longer obsessed. He's not the same guy as a coach. He's not the same guy as a person. It's just completely different.
Yeah. Carl, I think you and Alfie feel the same way about Pep, so you'll get along very well.
Listen, Conrad, I love this man. Everything I coach is based on his philosophy of the game. Everything, every detail. I mean, I study this shit to the point of obsession. My wife is complaining sometimes about. I mean, so when I see this, I'm like, nah, this ain't my manager. It's not my manager. And this is what I talk about, right? It's not Pep out. I just want you to go to what you know you've done in the past. Be adaptable. And we have evidence of that, Conway and guys. We've seen you go to the Emirates, cede 70% possession, and batter Arsenal 3-1 when Arsenal were really, really good. We've seen Arsenal come to the Etihad, right? And we've seen De Bruyne play a false nine with Haaland dropping in, playing this 4-4-2. We've seen it.
Yeah, you are right, bro.
So my question is
right.
why don't you take that leaf from what you've done and repeat? You don't have to go to Nottingham Forest, Conway, and dominate Forest with a high line away. You don't have to do that. Because all Forest are doing.
That's how Pep plays football, though. That's Pep's way. The reason why we adapted in the past is because Arteta and Maresca, who are great coaches in their own right, even though people will slag them off, those are coaches who understand footballing on a defensive level. Pep Guardiola understands football on the level of spaces and areas to dominate. He doesn't understand defensive football at the level that Maresca and Arteta do. when they are at the club, we look better defensively. When Arteta left, 1920 our defense wasn't great. Okay, injuries, but still. 2021 our defense wasn't that good either. We kind of looked our way to a title that season. It's no surprise that when we have coaches like Maresca and Arteta, our defense looks double as good. Because these are coaches who tell Pep, you can't do this, we need to defend.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right.
I was saying simply this. We all know the answer. Pep is jaded. Pep is
Can I
now
say
washed.
something? One?
So whether we want to say Pep out, or we want to say it in our minds, or we want to say it out loud, the truth is Pep is just washed at this moment in time. He doesn't have the fire, and we're not blaming him. He came to do 3 years. He did 10. We take the 10 years and we run, because it is not, I told you guys, it is not going to get any better. He is not going to make the changes. What we're seeing is now the Wengeritis disease getting to Pep. He's just stubborn, and he's not going to change anything, because in his mind, he just needs to continue doing it, and then it will somehow click. So all of those adaptations that we have done, yeah, the treble was the zenith of this team and Pep. All the alterations, the adaptation to teams when we met them, defense tight, all of these things, that is now finished. And how do we know it's finished? We see the performances. The start of this season is just a continuation of last season. All the bad things. And what we're hoping for.
No.
What
You
we're
think we
the
kind of
first-
changed
no,
at the end of last season?
No.
When he kind of did start playing two in the middle to kind
We
of.
got
Chelsea,
lucky. We
No,
got
it's-
lucky. We played some teams and we got lucky. And when I told persons that things just came on a line and we got UCL, but if we are going to ever try that again, it is not going to work. It just played out that way for that period of time, and that's it. But persons hung on to it. Oh, we went 14 games without a loss and Pep this and that. It is not going to work. At this moment in time at Manchester City, we have to go back to ground zero. Nobody's going to roll over for us. So we need to pull up the sleeves. All this modeling on the pitch and skating and sliding and all of this madness is not going to work. Play the persons, play to the strengths of the players, and put in workman-like performances. 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, who gives a shit? Shore it up and scrap for your victories. But I know he's not going to do that. And deep down, all of you here know he's not going to do it. He is not going to change it. He has come out and doubled down. He wants to see 1,000,001 passes. Pass. Once I heard that, I can safely check out of the season once he's here, because he is not going to do anything else than what he just said. Pass. Pep is washed now, and it's fine. It happens to everybody. Boxers, sprinters, you name it. Every now and then, he may roll back the ears, a few punches here and there, reminding you of what he once was. But the reality is, he is past it. He is now shot. And it's time to get on the telephone and start to dial up some younger managers or some fresh ideas from this month. Because I believe sooner or later, matter of fact, more sooner than later, things can get real ugly and it's going to become untenable. It is just as simple as that. So we can beat around the bush all we want. The writing has been on the wall since the 4 in a row, and the writing is just getting bigger and bigger, clearer and clearer. So it doesn't matter what we want to hope. We can hope anything we want. We just simply know that it is the end. We need to start dialing up some persons. Nagelsmann, company. Maybe we can tempt Flick. Maybe we can tempt Enrique to come, but we can't go any further with Pep Guardiola. It's just simple as that. If things change, fine, I'll change the information. I can't deny performances. But we know deep down, nah. He did it last year, said the same trash. We went to Liverpool. He came out in the press conference. I know you guys didn't like the lineup. Of course he didn't like it. It was absolute rubbish. And some of the fan base defended it. Oh, we always lose at Anfield. This season now, oh, we always lose to Spurs. No, what are we going to say about Brighton? Oh, since last season, Pep has always been losing to Brighton, so we shouldn't take anything from the performance. We're seeing the same thing play out, the same rubbish. He's starting to sound like Ten Hag. Madness, pure madness, the man is talking. We see what is happening, so forget about it. All the adaptations, log them in your memory. If you have a YouTube, put them in a YouTube playlist so you can look over them throughout the season. Because you're not going to get it this season from him. No adaptation, no changes. Centre backs injured. We're going to get the great John Stones, yeah, and the Calvin Klein model Diaz with the very, very high line.
Jamma.
Can you believe that? We are almost at the 18-yard box with the goalkeeper taking a goal kick, the two centre backs. Slower than molasses in winter time, and they are so high up the pitch. It is crazy, but guess what? What do I know? But I told you
the
guys.
fact that it's 2025, we have Juma Ba on loan, we have Victor Hayes on loan, and we're playing Nathan Ake and John Stones, who both look like they're running in treacle. That is very, very concerning.
Kelser, I agree with the last guy, what he was saying. I just want to say, if we sack Pep, we have to recruit a defense manager or transition manager. We can play a position football with the front line we have. We can. Just look at every big team in Europe. Everyone has a front line that can coexist each other, that can link up each other. And I'm telling you, right now, I think you don't need to say Pep out. I think Pep's killing himself. And when someone sucking himself, you just don't have to say Pep out. And I think the upcoming matches, buckle up. I'm ready for long season.
I'm nervous.
I'm ready. I'm ready for long season. I think we won't win a game until Burnley. That's what I'm hoping. Because of the problem. Listen to me. Just I want to say something. The problem we have right now, I say it before. The problem is not the system we are. The system we are playing is not suitable with the players we are going with.
Do you think what kind of manager do you think could work in that? You said we need to do the more transition type manager.
No, do you know Stuttgart? Do you know Stuttgart? Do you know Stuttgart manager? Stuttgart manager. I don't know his name.
I don't watch the Bundesliga.
I don't know his name. That kind of guy we can recruit because he suits our system. And I'm telling you, when you play a system in 15 years, and you try to force something that cannot play with your system, you will fail. Pep Guardiola never ever played an out striker in his life, bar the last 2 seasons in Manchester City. We can't do that. We have to be real ourselves. We can't do that. And I'm telling you right now, and I said, Kelster, the last stream, if we play up front, Marmouche, we will score ton of goals and we will kill most of the teams in the Premier League. I was watching Arsenal versus Liverpool last Sunday. They were rubbish. And what I'm more frustrated about is the teams in the Premier League are rubbish, but we are more rubbish than them. That's the problem we are. I was watching Liverpool and Arsenal, and they are the two teams that are going to the league, and they were rubbish.
Yeah, we're not scoring against Arsenal's defense. They're very strong defensively. I think they probably have the best defense in Europe. We're not scoring against them, even with Haaland.
No, Calster, you know what will Man United do? They will combat the midfield, and they will make Haaland out of the game. That's it.
Yeah, they'll counter us. Yeah.
Yes, that's
Emma did that to Pep 3 times last season.
No. Sometimes I don't wish injury to our players, but sometimes I wish. Sometimes, well, for the good of the team. Do you know the run we made last year? Do you remember the run that we made last year? We made it without Haaland, and the second he came back against Southampton, we couldn't score the fucking Southampton. the worst team in the Premier League still.
Yeah. Well, we can't get the ball to him. Last year, the midfield was a big problem. Nobody could get him the
Yeah, the
ball.
football is
The only
not
people who could get him the ball got dropped for that game.
the
It was
football
like
is not
Savinho
like
and Nunes. Remember, Nunes had like 8 assists last season as a winger, and then Savio, I think he got like 6 or 7 assists just to Holland.
no. You
But
we have to.
instead, he's got Doku
we
on
have
the
to.
left, who's had 1 assist
I-
for Holland in 3 seasons.
I am be
I don't
real
get
with you. I'm be real with you. We cannot sacrifice any player for Haaland anymore. That's it. We sacrifice players for him. The season we won the 4th title. We sacrificed our wingers for him because we inverted Foden to overload the midfield and make Guardiola to play as a wing back. We cannot do
Can't do
that.
that to him though anymore.
They figure out every team. They figure out us. How can team win when one of their players touch the football 6 times? How? Explain to me. 6 times, 20 times, 10 times, 15 times. That's impossible.
It's not though, because we will not treble doing that. But the rest of the team has to be up to par. If you want to talk last season, when we started playing good again, it's when De Bruyne came back. Because when
Even I agree with,
people
I
talk
agree,
about low
yes,
blocks.
partially. I
against Man
agree with
City.
you partially. But even if you go back our seasons when we were playing Force 9, we were not complaining about scoring goals. We were scoring goals, 150 goals, 102 goals, 99 goals. Look at the season Haaland came to our team. We were scoring more or less goals than the years we were playing Force 9. We can depend on one man. We can play as a one-dimensional team. We can. We have to be real ourselves. We have to
And
call out that.
We were never supposed to be. But we
Okay,
replaced
bench him.
Mahrez.
But I don't care.
We
I
replaced
don't care.
Mahrez with
No,
Doku.
I don't care. I don't care if we give him 500 pound a week or 10 years contract. I don't care. Bench him.
You want to
Or
bench
I'm telling you,
want
come
to,
in
no,
November,
no.
Pep Guardiola will
Listen
be
now.
second.
Listen now.
Will be
You
second.
want to bench Haaland because
Yes.
you want to get more goals, but we're not scoring goals unless it's Haaland.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
I'm
We will
confused too.
we will score. Let me tell you something, brother. We will score ton of goals if we play as a false 9.
From who?
How
De
how
Bruyne
many
Bruyne
was
be the
false
false
9
nine?
last season. De
Let
Bruyne
me
was
tell you
false
something.
9.
Who would you
Let me
pick?
tell you something. Let me tell you something. We always in Manchester City team when we dominating the league, we didn't always depend on defensive. We always depend on scoring goals, scoring more than the other team we were coming against. We depend on that. We cannot depend on our defensive anymore. So we have to play as a cohesive, and we can play as a cohesive team when we have a guy who stands there, only there. Can you give me the ball only? How is that possible? That's not football, my friend.
Well, that's football. But football is where you have a balanced team, where anything
And
but
the
balance.
other problem that you cannot defend the analyst. He don't even score a goal anymore. He was missing chance after chance. The second half against Brighton, you can't defend that.
But he
I'm
scored
telling
our only
you-
goal. That was the problem.
I'm
And
telling
nobody
you
else
guys.
is, nobody else is scoring.
I am telling you guys. We need to take a tough decision. We need to take a tough decision on Haaland. We need to tough decision to take on Diaz. Even John Stones. Our fans are fickle. The last year they were saying, "Get out the Stones out the door. You have to sell him. We have to sell him." They are now saying, "We have to play him. He's our best defender."
No.
Not anymore,
He's like
guys.
poor.
Not anymore, guys. He was poor.
He's just too
Haaland.
old.
Haaland.
No. Stones.
Listen,
I'm talking about Stones and Diaz.
Yeah. Forget them for now.
Let's make your Haaland point,
Haaland matched his XG against Brighton. He matched his XG against Wolves. Where is he underperforming finishing wise? Him missing a header from a ball that's coming in poorly to the game against Wolves. It's not a big chance missed, is it now?
I'm
He's
telling you
also
guys.
always been poor on headers.
The only big chance he's missed against Brighton is the shot he had 1-on-1.
We are not clinical now. He's right. We are not clinical now. And I don't know where we go from here. We are
Well,
in a
all
big.
our other goal scorers currently are injured right now. Like
we are
honestly,
in a
I
big mess.
expect Foden and
You know,
Turkey to be contributing goals. I guess
you know what's
Marmoush
mad?
is not injured, but he hasn't scored
You
yet.
know what's mad? You know what's mad? Liverpool go to the Newcastle and said 130 million pound. Give us Isaac. Well, we can make say took 8 million pound. Give us Liverpool.
I don't think they would do that in the same window. I think. Well, actually, I have this whole
Just try.
in my head. I
Just
was like, they're
try.
going to be shit
Just
this
try.
year, but they
Just try.
actually recruited some
Make
decent
his return. Make his return. Just try. We are not.
I
I'm
don't
telling
think
you.
we're ever going to let Livermento and Isak go. In the same
I
window.
understand. I understand it, but I'm telling you right now, we are violent kingdom. We are diminishing. We are not the same anymore. We have to accept it, and I think we need a revolution from a
By the
squad.
way,
Yes,
the way.
from squad, even from our board. From our board, how can you have not a right back in your team? How can that's nothing? That's
That's been
possible.
an issue for over 2 years.
You cannot tell me there's no right back in this world that can play. Even for
Brother, I have to support it. I have to support him there, you know.
that's
Kelly,
nothing.
I
That's
think
impossible.
I don't know if you're in one of the pages that on the groups that I'm on, but I said something like this club has a sister network, a network of sister clubs of 13 clubs, 13 football clubs that play professional football. And we also have the best academy arguably in the world. And that's evidenced by the fact that look at how many players are just being signed up
Yep.
from our academy.
Yep.
So this, I can't understand.
Let me give the answer. Let me give the answer, my friend. Let me give the answer.
Carl knows some things.
I know the answer to that question. We have a network of sister clubs from NYCFC to Melbourne to a team in Uruguay to Asia to Spain, everywhere. We got it. Your problem is that your guy wants a guy who can invert into midfield and play a midfielder, can go in and out because of the obsession with control. That's why he would rather have Rico Lewis play this inverted role and try to be a Philip Lahm when the kid should not even be in the top 10 teams within England. Because he ain't good enough. That's what's going on. The decision comes down to him saying, nope, I want to have this. I don't want anybody else. Because if they were serious, you're telling me Viana, with the weakness that we have, with no Kyle Walker, wasn't looking for a right back that can play and is quick, like a Hakimi kind of profile, after what we've seen
Man
and the way he play?
Man City was adding players like Vanderson on a short list, but all the news we saw was Pep wants Livramento. Pep wants Livramento, made up his mind, said, I only want Livramento. Okay, fine, Livramento not possible. Move on to the next. We didn't move on to the next. It was Livramento or nothing. That's an incredibly immature way to approach a transfer window, isn't it?
I think you both nailed it, by the way. You know, that's so true that he's identified someone. And I think, I hate to say this, but I think he is that snobbish that he would literally be like, he would snark or turn his nose up at anything else that's offered. And that's why I think we've not been able to find a right back. I think the people at City, the other coaches, the entire network, people must have said, they must have identified. I remember once watching a City documentary, and Tixi used to keep like a spreadsheet, like an Excel spreadsheet with all the possible targets. And they would have like a primary target, and they'd say, if this guy doesn't work out, we go for him. They'd have like at least 3 choices. So I'm sure they've presented some options, but Pep was probably like, nope, not going to cut it.
Yep. That's exactly what's going on.
The club is cooking off the beach and on the beach. It's cooking. I don't know. I don't know what
It's
to
not
say.
crooked. It's not crooked. No. It's just
Club's
that.
cooking, my friend.
No. I'm not going to say that, right? What I would just say is,
I don't mean a bad way. I mean in a project way.
Let me just clarify, right? It's not crooked, but this is normal, right? When you have a manager who's giving you everything, it becomes a God complex. And Kelly, I talk about it in our WhatsApp group. I talk about it all the time, about the God complex. That you feel that you alone can get it done, and everybody looks up at you as a mini God. And it's hard to break through that. Is a reason why I think in the airline industry, right, they have, the pilot in command and the first officer, there's equal sharing of responsibility and there is this discourse. There have been accidents in aircraft back in the day where the captain's always right, even though he's making a mistake, and the plane goes down because the first officer's afraid to speak his mind and disagree. It's a God complex. It happens. And when we talk about these things, they call us placid because we don't agree with everything. No, look at what's happening on the field. Kelly, I told you, Al Hilal Club World Cup, I told you on that stream, you were there. You know the abuse I got. That this is what's going to happen next season. Like, no, we got new players, fresh players. No. This is what happens because the game before, Juventus, right? Something happened. The yin and the yang, the madman and the genius, he let them play. Overlapping fullbacks, playing outside wide, but quickly passing. And we go to Al Hilal, it's an inferior team, and we're scared of them.
All right, now we're talking.
We might have to revise our rankings of Saudi clubs, by the way. Guys, here's an interesting thought. I think my brother there might have to revise that thinking. We all clowned the Saudis and people were calling them the Camel Elite. I remember not so long ago when Cristiano went there, he was literally like the only elite player. And everyone was like, what is he doing? We all knew that they must have offered him insane money. But now, when you watch their games, there's so many people watching, and there's so many
that's fair.
Players.
But then Chelsea play Al Hilal and they batter them.
They batter them, which is scary for us because Maresca is supposed to be Pep's student.
Right? Maresca, the Pep protege.
And so is Arteta, who schooled us last season.
5-1. 5 goals to 1.
It's scary times.
Slot is no superstar. Let's be clear, right? Slot ain't no superstar manager. He's just average, maybe a bit more than average. What he does well is that he knows his player's strengths and he plays in that position and he keeps it simple. Keep it simple.
And I think the most key thing is that he knows he's not a genius, so he doesn't try to be one.
Doesn't try to be some kind of crazy. I want to overcomplicate things because I can. Think about UFC final Porto Chelsea. No Fernandinho, no Rodri. You know what happened in that game? Let me tell you what happened in that game. When the lineup came out with the players not seeing those two in, the players lost it. It was over. The game was lost in the dressing room.
Yeah.
It was done. Because if you're a player and your spiritual leader on the field, Fernandinho, who's got you to that final, playing Paris, battering Paris with Messi, Neymar, Suarez. Messi, Neymar, whoever else, not Suarez, right? They got you to that final. You're pumped. You're doing well. And then none of them play. And then you put Sterling inside and play Gundogan as number 6.
I did not get Sterling at all. I don't know why he was in that lineup.
You just killed the final.
Basically.
The genius and the madman. The genius and the madman.
Self-inflicted. And I wonder how many, for everything that's been won, like you could also make an equally baffling list of games, like you said, of finals that have been lost, by us.
I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those guys who say, Pep out or whatever it is. What I'm saying to you is that there's something that's not right. And we can ask the question about what is going on and why. You can't tell me, we have new players that are betting in. Liverpool's doing betting in. You got Crystal Palace who are betting in doing well. Right?
The Crystal Palace have hardly anyone, and they managed to completely dominate us in the final. Again, these little managers like Glasner,
that's the most crushing part.
He just completely outfoxed Pep, and it's like, who are these people? Why are they?
And the 32-year-old,
this guy is younger than I am, and he's outsmarting Pep.
You could literally walk past the guy on the street, you wouldn't even recognize him.
In 2010,
he's American.
In Barcelona, in their prime, they were their prime, in their prime era. He didn't shy away to bench Ibrahimovic, one of their stars. We are not we are not even in our prime time. Just bench the guy 2 or 3 games. Just see a different thing. And I'm telling you.
So who's scoring the goals when you bench him?
No. Don't. Let me tell you.
Who's scoring the goals? Because
he doesn't look like scoring at all this season.
Everyone will score. Our midfielders will score. Our wingers will score.
5 goals so far this season.
Let me tell you something. Football does work like that. Okay. How did we score? How did we score 2022 when we were winning the league? How did we score?
We had
We didn't have any striker. How did we score?
Silva scoring back.
No.
We had
How
a lot
did
of
we
And
score?
they're all
We
in
didn't.
form too. They're all prime
No.
form too.
We were
Like, that was
scoring
prime De Bruyne,
because the
prime
teams we are facing,
They're old now.
against couldn't break the task because we were more fluid. We were
No,
not
This
a
is good.
one-dimensional
have
team.
those players anymore. We don't have Amaris anymore. We don't have these players to play
It
this
doesn't.
way.
No, bro. It doesn't matter. We have
It
at
doesn't
least
matter. You can't play
it
away
doesn't
that you
matter,
don't have
bro. I'm
players to
telling you.
play.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Did you
Delco
see?
and
Did you
Savio
see
are
the
not
team?
scoring.
No. Let me tell you something. Bar Baleba, or Matoma. Did anyone know the players we were facing against Brighton? Anyone of you?
I knew Van
Yes.
Hecke, I knew the keeper, and
No,
I
that
knew
he's
Baleba
trash.
is a
Van Aken
baller.
is
Like
a trash.
we were
Let me
linked
tell
to
you
him
Shit,
actually.
though. He was fucking terrible.
Okay.
in that
I think non-players. Baleba or Matoma only. We were better than them. The reason we defeated is their coach took a decision in halftime because he saw an opportunity and he took
game.
it.
Happened last year also. At Brighton.
And our
Biggest
manager stood there. He stood there like a wood. I couldn't move.
Yes. What's your
Well,
point?
why is our
about
manager
Haaland's
not making
stats?
adjustments? Why
Let
does
me
he
tell you
just think the same thing will last for 90 minutes? He's not making adjustments at all. And then the subs he brought on, oh god, they were terrible. They were so bad. Like the
Let
The
me tell you
guy
something.
that cried for
remember.
years.
I want to give you
Cried
something.
for years.
I want to
that
give you
football
something.
needs more
There were games.
substitutes.
There were games. Even Pep Guardiola benched Kun Aguero because there were games he was angry at Aguero, and he subbed him at halftime because of he saw the teams were figuring out. Why can't we do that, Erling Haaland? Why can't we do that?
Bro, I remember that used to break my heart. He
Erling
used to
Haaland.
bench Aguero for Gabriel Jesus, bro.
And you cannot say to
For
me, bro,
Jesus.
bro, you cannot say to me, Kun Aguero is not better than Erling Haaland. He was the
I'm
legend of our
sorry,
club.
but
You cannot say that.
Aguero's best goal scoring season is 27 goals in our league.
Yeah,
season.
no,
That's
Haaland is the
goal
best striker
scoring
in Premier League history. I'm sorry.
No. You know the problem. You know the problem. You know the problem. You know the problem.
We have the best
fans-
striker in the world, guys, and the best keeper
let
in
me
the
tell you
world.
something. Let me tell you something. You know the problem we have. The fans see, yes, Haaland scoring goals, but he took away something from the team. You have to understand it. He took away something, the fundamental thinking from Pep's system. He took away.
That's your manager's job. Let your manager sort it out.
And that's what I'm telling you guys. He will be second if you don't do it. If you don't do that, he will be second. I'm telling you, he will not survive. Coming November, he will not survive. How can you be elite team with one-dimensional attack?
That is true. That's a fair point.
Well,
I think it's ridiculous.
How can you do that?
But
Remember,
It's
second
not-
half.
it's
Remember,
not
second half.
Erling's fault, though. It's not Erling's fault
It's
that he's
not,
the only
yeah.
attacker
Absolutely.
providing something. Again, when you're
Absolutely.
talking about teams with Aguero, we had Sterling in that team. That was a 20-goal a season player.
Leroy Sané.
Foden, De Bruyne, Sané.
Let me tell you
indeed.
something. Do you remember, Matthew? Do you remember the game against Newcastle where Kevin De Bruyne came the clutch time when Oscar Bob scored the late minute goal? Do you remember any of you that game?
Yes.
Do you remember how we played that game?
Anymore.
Okay. Do you remember how we played that game? We were bettering them. Chance after chance after chance. Yes, Newcastle scored 2 goals with transition. It happens. But we were fluid. We were coming out with chance after chance. But even the game we were winning 1-0 at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And I think it was FA Cup. Julian Alvarez played as a striker. Look at that game. Tottenham Hotspur have 1 shot on target. 1 shot.
That's a player we should never have sold yet again. We just seem
Because
to let
you know why?
absolute
You know
players
why?
go.
You know
No
why?
reason.
The Pep system works with false 9. That's why. That is why.
We don't have the
Unless
players
we
for
do
a
that-
You want
right now,
to
unfortunately.
talk about Tottenham
not good
Hotspur,
enough right
by
now.
the way. If you want to talk about Tottenham Hotspur, we beat Spurs because we have Haaland in that 2-0 game.
No. It's not Balmer time. I'm talking about the FA Cup game. We won the last minute. I think it was 8-6. Ake goal. Do you remember? Confessional corner.
Yeah, so well,
Look at
what's
that
that
game.
got to do with
I know
Haaland?
you are seeing. I know the problem is the people see scoreboard and say, yeah, we won one game. Look at the performance. Look at the team. What I'm telling you is the team is not functioning with Haaland. That's what I'm telling you. That is the mind bond I'm telling you. The team is not functioning with Haaland. That's the problem.
So,
Unless
Ten
the-
more years. 10 more years.
so the solution to a team not functioning with Haaland is not you create a system that works with
Oh,
Haaland,
boy.
it's you
Here
drop
we
the
go,
best striker
guys.
in the world.
no,
He's absolutely the best striker in the world, miles ahead of anyone else.
We
So-
have
I'm
to-
telling you. I never said he's not good, but I never said he's not the best, one of the best strikers in the world. I never say that. What I'm saying is he's not good enough, and he is not suited with the system we are playing. It's not suited. You cannot force something that's not working. You cannot force that. Are you mad, man? I think unless Beb is
So we
becoming
should
mad,
sell
man.
Haaland. Is that what we should do? Or should we bench
Just
him?
one
Should
game.
we bench
All I'm
500K a
asking-
week? Or should we just sell him? We
All
decide
I'm
to
asking,
your contract. What do we do with
this is the
Haaland?
guy. What I'm, Alfie. Do you remember the last game we played as a false nine against Crystal Palace? I think they scored 2 goals first half. We scored 5 goals.
Yeah,
Where
because
did that goal come from? Where did that? Okay, where did that?
You need to
Where
listen
did
to the
that goal
moment.
come from?
Well,
Where did
he's
that
got
come
a
from?
big echo going on.
Where's that echo coming from?
Yeah, okay. It's his. No, maybe it's not.
And this is what Pep has done to the fan base. Has
Oh, it's
people
profit.
talking crazy. Yes, have people talk. Sell Haaland. I have a better idea. How about we get a manager that knows how to use Haaland? This is madness.
Even no, bro. I'm telling you, if we hire
When
company,
the prophet speaks, you listen.
Let me tell you something. Even if we hire company, and I'm telling you right now, in my heart, the first thing he will do, he will bench Haaland. I'm telling you for sure.
Except it-
No, I
For
think
sure.
the
Okay, sorry,
manager
bro.
will
Can I
actually play to
answer?
Haaland's
Can I answer?
strengths. We'll start going direct and we'll counter. And Haaland
Sorry, can I
thrives
answer?
on that. We'll start running.
I hear the brother has a very strong opinion on.
direct and go.
Yeah, I hear he's got a very strong opinion on Erling Haaland. I respect it, but I think many people disagree. I think
I know. I'm a minority.
themselves.
I know I am minority guy. But I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, can
we
I
will
make
see
my
in
point?
time. We will see in time. We will see when we win games 1 to 13 lose. We will see that. We will see.
Yeah, I
We
think
will
I
see.
agree with Prophet. You need someone that knows how to use him. You know, before we acquired Erling Haaland, he was literally the most in-demand striker in the world. We had a tussle with so
everyone.
many clubs.
No, bro.
you rejected
Everyone wanted him.
Real Madrid and
No,
Bayern
if
Munich
it-
for
Even
him.
Barcelona
if
wanted him. Barcelona.
Everybody
Person in our
wanted
fan
him,
base.
yeah.
No. Every person in our fan base knows the reason we signed him 10-year contract and 500 pound in a week.
Right, wow.
The
We
reason
got a panel
the
now.
reason we did that is brand and his first shirt. That's the reason. That's the only reason we did that.
It's actually
Okay,
because he's
let's
a man.
agree to disagree on that, bro.
To get extension.
But no. Bad football.
No,
The
we saw
reason
what
we
Real
did that.
Madrid were doing, and we were not going to let Haaland go to them for
I
free. That's literally what this whole contract is about.
I hope.
If somebody
and I'm
wants
praying.
Haaland, they're paying big money for him.
I hope.
For me
I hope,
personally,
I'm praying.
Haaland finally helped us to win that elusive UCL.
Let me
and
tell you
I'll
something.
never forget the
Let me
treasure.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. In second half, every time we struggle, the second half is our midfield and our attack, our wingers attack run more. And when the other players run more, they will get tired.
My main issue right now, even the most happiest of clappers are now worried that Rodri's not happy at the club and could potentially move.
Yeah.
Maybe next season, if not the season after.
Hamza has a hat on.
Listen,
So, I don't know.
let me just say my part. Yeah, I told you before. We called this out last 2 years, and a lot of people are sleeping on this. Like, this is now we're in a problem. Like, we're in disarray. You don't understand. Like, I feel, and I'm not exaggerating, I think the club is starting to lose that that fear. They've lost the fear from rivals. They've lost the fear from playing teams. They've lost they're now starting to and our players are starting to realizing the great players that we have. And I feel sorry. I said it to you guys. I feel sorry for a couple of players. Like if I am
Bring up
Rodri,
Alfie. Alfie just
I
left.
said to you guys a couple of months ago that Rodri will start considering his future.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter who you are.
Hamza,
If
Hamza,
you're Rodri,
Hamza,
yeah,
Hamza. What did Rodri say yesterday?
said big red flags.
There's a bunch of children. He said we look like little children out on the pitch.
Yeah, fact.
He
And
said
that's a big,
everybody. He said I come in fine, I can play, but everybody has to do that. But he's giving you signals. It's a
I'm
problem.
not happy.
And he hasn't signed the contract. People say
And
it's all verbally agreed.
It's a problem.
Where is he?
And
If
he
he hasn't
sees
signed,
and he sees how old is he? How old is he?
I think he's like
28,
28.
Rodri's 29.
Okay,
28,
if you're
29.
Yeah.
29,
his
yeah,
peak.
if
Just
you're
turned
29
29.
years
He's old.
old, how long? Let's say how long do you think Rodri has in football, like being at the top?
3-4 years.
3 years. Yeah,
3-4
he doesn't
years.
only have 3 years.
So Hamza,
to me, he
either
plays
in
3
top flight
years.
football or how long before he joins Real Madrid?
No, 1 second.
Well, he has
10
3
he has
years
2
is
years
good
left.
in football.
He has 2 years left.
If
He has 2 years left anyway.
if you've got 3 years in football, you've just won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, you've won everything at Man City, and you see the team being disarray. You see the way we're playing struggle. You watched it. You sat on the bench and you saw how bad we were. So you didn't even play. You saw it. You witnessed it. You saw the calamities. He was on the bench. He was just on the bench. And I felt, he was looking at us, bottling leads to the likes of Man United. He's seeing us getting thumped 4-0 to Tottenham. He's seeing us getting smoked Sporting Lisbon 4-1. He sees us the next game we lose to Bournemouth 2-1. He sees us go to games of 3-0 lead with final drop a 3-0 lead.
Okay.
Do you know what we've
Let's
done? Do
keep
you know?
it.
So
Let's,
he sees
I'll get
it. And
Mateus
then
in
not
here,
only
Hamza,
that,
before you go on a 10-minute rant. Mateus has been waiting for a long time. I'm dying to
Yeah.
hear what Mateus has to say.
Could I go after, please?
What do you want me to say?
What do you
You
think
gonna
of the
say happy
game
clappers, Scott?
yesterday? What do you think of the transfer window? What are your thoughts on this Pep Guardiola situation? Do you think the system is fitting our players at all? Why do you think why do you think everybody looks collectively like they're struggling right now? What do you, or the mentality? What are your thoughts on all that stuff?
I think last week when we done a stream, I think it was in Hamza's channel. I can't remember. Was it in this channel, Hamza?
think
It
it was
wasn't
on
Hamza's
Hamza's
channel.
channel.
I remember. Yeah.
And I said if we lose to Brighton, is the beginning of the end for Pep Guardiola. And I tweeted that at full time. For those who were not at the game, as soon as the final whistle went off, the players came around. They were clapping the fans. Obviously, we were singing and whatnot. And Pep Guardiola was standing just inside the pitch, just a bit far away from us, and he was just looking at the player. He was looking at the fan. It felt like a man that hasn't got an answer to the problems that we're currently facing. He hasn't. Yeah. And it is extremely worrying for the club and for this group of players. What we have seen yesterday is nothing that we didn't see last season. In fact, it's probably getting worse now. But last season we gave the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, there was a lot of things that happened last season with the injuries, the whole person. A lot of people, like the manager, was going through personal issues, and the players as well. Some of the players, but this season, and we get into January transfer markets. We got a few players in. We throughout the last bit of last season, there was a bit of meltdown in terms of why X, Y, and Z wasn't playing, and we're all adamant that okay,
It will take time. These players that we buy, we're going to see more get into the following season. So we head into the Club World Cup. We all hear is good vibes. New backroom staff, new assistant coach, new players came in terms of Cherky, like Eight Nori, and Reinders. And we saw what happened in the Club World Cup against teams that, as soon as they play a bit of transition, they sit deep and they play in the counter, we get caught up. And then we went into the summer, not pre-season. Everyone was just resting because we were told that the last 4 years, the players went to the wire to win the 4 titles in a row, which they did. Let's face it, they pushed it because it was not easy for this group of players to go into 2 title races with the Liverpool, where every single game from March to May was a must-win. Sometimes Liverpool was playing on Saturday, they were winning, they would go a point above us. We playing on a Sunday, we have to make sure we needed to make sure we won the game because it was a mad tactical race, and we've done that for the past 2 years with the Liverpool, then 2 years with Arsenal, right? But we can all say that these and I was hearing some people say, "Oh, these players look tired." Well, cool, but there is also an evidence that the manager also looks tired, and you can see that through his tactics, through his in-game management, and his even just the way he managed the entire game. But there's one thing that I was saying to a lot of people, even from last season. There is a massive recruitment issue, and there is a massive management in Manchester City Football Club.
Mm-hmm.
The way we're recruiting, I've got no problems in recruiting the players that we are recruiting. But what I've got a problem is that we are recruiting a certain type of players that doesn't fit to the way the manager is asking them to play football.
I've been saying that for over a year now.
We are recruiting, and I said it before, the likes of Marmoush and Erling Haaland, they're 2 types of players that they're not possession-based football players. They don't like the ball. They hate it. Yeah. What they do is, as soon as you win the ball, make sure you put that ball through because I'm running. I'm running. I'm not here to be a touchline winger, give 1,000 touches like Jack Grealish was doing, attracting players. I'm not doing that. That's literally what Marmoush is telling you. I am not doing that. But the manager came in a press conference before with the Sky Sport, said, I won league titles with my philosophy, and I'm not going to change my philosophy.
But his philosophy is outdated. His philosophy is outdated.
The
I'm
philosophy may not be outdated, however, it doesn't suit this group of players. See,
Therefore, it's outdated. Therefore, it's outdated. With all due respect.
Well, it doesn't mean it's outdated. It's just it might apply to a different set of players that we don't
Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva on the wings, which we did in the treble season. These are the type of players where you give them the ball, yeah, they will wait patiently until the team sets up in the opposition half because they will hold on to the ball. Yeah, they will wait until Kevin De Bruyne gets in the right position. Gundo gets in the box. They wait. Marmoush is not going to do that. Doku's not going to do that because when you give the ball to Doku, what does he do first thing? Take a man on.
Yeah.
Take a man on. Yeah. Now, the high line. Cool. We always use a high line. But this time is different. You as a manager, you also need to know that. See, on the Centurion season, even the other seasons, when we use a high line, yeah, we used to have the likes of Sterling and Sane who are fast wingers. They play in transition and whatnot, yeah. And the reason why we used a high line is because we were winning the ball back higher up the pitch, and we had creativity from both sides of the midfield. You had Sane on the left hand side. Next to Sane, you had David Silva. You had Sterling on the right hand side. Next to Sterling, you had KDB. As soon as Sané was making the run, David Silva played that ball behind. If Sterling makes the run, KDB put that ball behind. And you had Sergio Aguero just doing a mad sometimes. You had Gabriel Jesus doing the false nine, dropping it, overloading. And you just have Fernandinho sitting back just to stop any counter. This time, we've got runners in behind, but we don't have creativity. We're asking this group of players to do what we had in the 17-8 season. We had a complete different profile of players to do it now in this team.
Facts.
Never.
And can I just input something on that point? If that's all right.
Wait there 1 second.
No.
And when you've got a back line going so high up the pitch, before we had who at the right hand side, Kyle Walker. And we've got Vincent Company, and we had a young John Stones or a young Otamendi, and then sometimes we used to have Fabian Delph and Cancelo, sometimes Mendy, whoever he was picking. The reason why we survived, we won what we won with Fabian Delph, is because the team around Fabian Delph was much better. We cannot survive with Rico Lewis or Matheus Nunes at right back because the team around them is much worse. And it's getting worse every single season. Pep, just stop it. You cannot go all pressing the opposition with the backline that you have and with the midfielder that you have. All you need to do, if you look at Liverpool and a slot yesterday in the second half, he dropped a couple of yards deeper. Don't press them. Don't press the goalkeeper. Just drop a couple of yards, win the ball, and go in transition. We have our team cannot play pressing football. They can't. Why? Because as soon as you press, if you're asking Erling Haaland to press, if the opposition does a couple of passes, they beat your first line of press.
Correct.
You're done.
Correct.
Why? Because your first line of press, they will not get back.
Correct.
Doku is not going to get back. Haaland's not going to get back.
Nope.
That means you're down to 2.
Yep.
You're down to 2. So it's easier to adapt to the players that you have rather than go all pressing. When you lose the ball, drop deep a bit. Marmoush and Haaland, you're pressing 4-4-2. You've got a backline of 4, midfield, the 4, and you've got Marmoush and Haaland staying up front. If the ball goes on the side, you move as a block. You move to the side. If the ball go on your right hand side, as soon as you win the ball, you know the 2 that you've got in front of you, they're ready to run. They're ready. Bang. Whether it's the Tiny Reinders, whether it's Savio, as soon as you win the ball, stop dribbling, put that ball in behind. Because you know the guys you've got up front, they'll make the run. Watch when KDB was playing with Erling Haaland. As soon as he wins the ball, what does he do? Put that ball in behind. Watch when KDB was playing with Sterling and Sané. Win the ball, Sané's making the run. Your job is basically just put that ball through. We've got no midfielder that can do that. And that is a concerning, ladies and gentlemen. Is a concerning because who is a creative midfielder in this team? I was watching yesterday, we had the midfielder for Rodri, Reinders, and Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva spends more time next to Kosanov and John Stones than with the players up front. Why? Last season, he was dropping deep, and I was telling you about this guy every time he drops deep. And I was telling you, this guy is hiding. Oh, no, he's helping on the build-up. Why is he helping on the build-up when you've got Rodri on the field? If the Giants run, there's a box-to-box. Why are you dropping deep to have a chat with John Stones and Kusanov? Your job is to stay up further up the field. As soon as you win the ball, you spread it to the wide players. The reason why he does that is because He mastered the art of looking busy on the football pitch. Yeah, he's the captain, but he's a coward on the football pitch. What he does is look at with the when we as soon as we kick off the game, he drops deep. Why? Why? Why is he dropping deep for? That's Rodri's job. Because if you're dropping deep, then that means you only got the 3 attacking players and no support. Yeah, you've got no support, and the first thing that Rodri will have to do, rather than pass the ball forward to you, yeah, he'll have to pass the ball sideways because you're not there. Why? Why are you dropping deep for? You're the captain. It's all well and good to come out and saying about standards and what you know, like it's embarrassing. Yeah? This football club, yeah, it needs to fix up. Pep Guardiola needs to fix up. There has to be an element of coaching. We cannot go into football match against the likes of Brighton and Bournemouth and get beat. And you said there is no right back. You can't, because you've got enough quality players in that squad to beat the likes of Brighton, even to beat Spurs at home.
I mean,
You cannot keep going out and say, "Oh, the recruitment has been bad." Yes, the recruitment.
I'm gonna get wait, just a sec.
However,
Finish your point.
yeah, the recruitment can be better. However, there is still an element of coaching. There is still an element of adapting to the players, to the tools that you have. Yeah. You might not have there's just final point. You might not have all the ingredients to cook with this, like to cook the same as Gordon Hamza, but you can still cook a good meal. Yeah, adapt to the players that you have. I said it. I'm not saying it's not going to change. That's why I said it. This is the beginning of the end. The managers in this league have figured out how to beat Pep. They learned from him, but they implemented their own thing into the game that they learned from him. That's why it's so easy to beat us. Man United at home, they're going to sit deep. They're going to let us have the ball, just pass it sideways for 60 to 70 minutes. When our legs get tired, what they're going to do? They're going to start pushing up further up the field. Why? Because they know we're going to start making mistakes because we ran out of ideas. Because as soon as we see our game is not working, we just passing side to side. We've got no plan B, nothing else. That's when mentality comes in. The mentality comes in. And this team right now, the mentality is shocking. The manager looks clueless. He's devoid of ideas. He doesn't know. Like to make that substitution, taking Mamushov for Doku, that was the end. Basically, he panicked. Why? Because Brighton scored and he panicked. Rather than galvanize all his team, because Kusanov had gone down injured, what he should have done is, everyone, come here, everyone, huddle, yeah. Listen, they've scored. It was a penalty. Don't worry, it's fine. Keep it calm, yeah. Let's play our game. Never happened. What he done is, Doku, my only plan B, come here, get in there. Mamush, I know you're playing well, but nah, on the bench. And Doku, you need just do what you do.
Yeah, let's get Adam's thoughts on Doku, because Adam's a big supporter of Doku. What do you think about that sub, Adam?
No, listen, it's not even that. Look, with Doku, I want to say what I want to say, but look, I don't even blame him at this point. At this rate, I just blame the manager. Look, what is it? Look, because you got Jack Grealish. I'm not being rude, but that's thriving here at West Ham. I was about to say West Ham, Everton, yeah. And David Moyes is somehow getting the best out of him and not having him doing this bullshit that Pep has players doing. Yeah. And another thing that I'm gonna say, yeah, Mateus, the amount of abuse that I received last year, yeah, when I said this Ruben Diaz here is finished, yeah. People said, "Oh, you're jealous. Oh, this that. Oh, you're that. You're yeah." I don't know, man. This Ruben Diaz, I don't know what to say with him. The man is a shadow of himself. Like legit. And you know what it is, yeah? I'm not being rude, yeah? He had, yeah, the only reason why he looked good was because he had Aymeric Laporte and John Stones to cover his ass and make him look good. I tell you that now. If we had not had Aymeric Laporte and John Stones, I genuinely think
What was the
Ruben Diaz would have
story
been
around Laporte? What was the
Diaz would have
story? And
been
does
this.
anybody know what happened, Adam? What was the story behind that guy? Because he's a left-footed
I
centre
think
back who can play. What was the story
I
behind it?
think you told me the story, but I forgot.
No, because I'm asking the question because when he was leaving after winning the UC, he wasn't in tears. Something happened.
He didn't want to leave City. Actually, I don't think he wanted to leave.
Something happened.
I think Pep didn't give him chances. Pep basically wasn't
He
giving
fell
him
out with Pep.
chances. He hardly played for Man City. He hardly played. He was Akanji and Ake were the most preferred choice in that year coming when we went to United away. I remember Old Trafford. There was a big talk about he trusts Akanji and Ake in backline than anyone else. Diaz got additional, and then Stones came back, and Laporte just never had a chance. Laporte used to be a guy that used to be in 5, and I was shocked because he's a Spanish international. I was shocked the way he was treated, and you know what, he still had a couple of years to go.
Yeah,
I think
we also in the Euros, he was one of our best defender.
He was.
And
he
we
had
chased that
he
guy
still-
for years, man.
yeah, he was 28 when he left us, and he left us to Saudi Arabia, and he was still a Spanish international. He went on to win the Euros. I'm sorry to say this, like, to me, when I look at all this calamity, other than Pep, I think Pep's, I'm gonna say to arrogance. Arrogance is dangerous. Arrogance. I told you lot before. I was in Kel's show, and I said it. Do you remember? I said it. I said, "What's the prediction you're gonna beat Brighton?" And people said 2-1, and I said, "You must be joking. You're really confident. Brighton away. Go and check my tweet." I said, "I'm scared." Why? Because I don't trust this team. Let me say again, I don't trust them. I have zero trust. I don't know what I will get. And I'm so glad the big accounts are now who are wishy-washy and things will be fine. Oh wow, we got chased in this app. Oh, this app's too toxic. Oh my god. Now people have realized it's a wake-up time. You know, today the big accounts are tweeting major issues. I think it's the first time I'm seeing major accounts. Big up to people like FPL Main Road, who wrote a very comprehensive thing. And one guy replied and said, "You're normally a positive guy. I've never seen you. It's so bad." And I'm looking at the comments down. These are guys at Main Road. Yeah? They wrote down, "You've never been this bad." He said, "It's so bad." People have smelled it now. People have seen it. I'm so glad we've now seen it. It's so bad now. We've seen it. Close the door. We've seen it so bad. Like, to me, to lose 3 games we played, we've lost 2. Spurs at home is a nobody. But people using the word, they're a bogey team. They're a bogey. You know, when you
But
start
Hamza, I'm sorry,
accepting this,
Hamza.
it's like,
That
home.
bogey team thing is such bullshit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's
Bullshit.
overrated, honestly.
That team that lost to Bournemouth, I'm so glad they lost to Bournemouth.
Slap
I
them.
am so glad they lost to Bournemouth.
Oh,
Bogey
and Hamza,
team.
you know another
It's
thing. You know,
shameless.
people say they say,
No,
"Oh,
one second.
you can't expect to win.
You
You can't expect to win every game." That's what
Yes.
some people
You
say.
can't expect to win 5 in a row. They started this word. You can't expect to win 5 in a row. You ungrateful fan base. You haven't faced the real consequences. You know, you don't know what it is to be a City fan. These are the words they use, yeah? You don't know what it is to be a City. You're
Also,
a plastic fan.
also
You're a fake
Hamza, I need
fan.
to add this. They said if
These
you
are
were
the words they will utilize.
Hamza, they say this. They say
And people are
also.
scared. Me, I talk. I say it in my chest straight away. I'm an
I need
enemy. I'm an enemy. But even, do you know what's the worst thing? Rivals have smelt it. They come to me and they say to me, "I am shocked that those are Man City fans. How dare you talk like that?" I've gone to a space, let me say something, where I heard we have to be careful, Bodo Glimpse. Hey. This club has to be careful of. We're talking about we've drawn. We've had the easiest draw. People are telling me that this club, this badge, what Sheikh Mansour built. Can you imagine Aguero and KDB listening to this? They've built that foundation. You're telling me to be scared of Bodo Glimpse? To be wary of Bodo Glimpse? I'm not being arrogant. But football, you can lose to Bodo Glimpse, yes. But pre-game, the expectation, I shouldn't be fearing Bodo Glimpse. Their players are taking 175 a week. These guys are taking 200,000 a week. You fraud. If you're telling me, that means you don't trust this team. That's when I knew. Let me tell you something. Even the fan base who are selling you dreams, they don't trust this. But they just can't say it. I tell you this, they can't say it. So we were told before the season started, and you were my witnesses. I've asked a couple of people. They said, we will win the league. We will win the league. I said, no. The maximum will come is third. I smelled blood. I just see this guy. Tottenham got beat to Bournemouth. Did you see the stats Bournemouth had in Tottenham? Did you see the stats? Did you guys see the stats? Can you just humble yourself and say
it was 17 shots Bournemouth and 1 shot Spurs.
Look at this Bournemouth. How can you say
the one shot target when they have? Do you know that 73 minutes?
Shameless. Like Bournemouth were clear winners. Go and listen to Match of the Day. They said clear winners. It should have been more than 1, 2, or 3. They said complete men against
Arsenal are going to do the same thing to Spurs, by the way.
But Hamza, I thought they say that. I thought last time. I don't know if you watched I think you came in at the end. Remember that time when I was doing the Spurs thing and telling people that I don't like what I'm seeing? We've been embarrassed by a Spurs side that is below standard. There's no Hurricane, no Son. People say, oh, but we get beat by Spurs a lot. Guys, I think people have to open their eyes. I said this earlier on before you came, Hamza. I was like, maybe we have to accept that our favorite manager and our hero, Pep Guardiola, is going towards the Jose Mourinho period, where even Chelsea fans couldn't believe that Jose is going towards the end. But let me just read this super chat, please, because I want to see this. It says, City collectively as a club won a forfeit. We all need to relax. The team, the management are going to figure it out. That's what I think he's trying to say. Bring in new players. What players? Even if you bring R9 in this team, I don't think we're going to win. Another super chat. Pick up to that super chat. Another super chat here. Let me just read these. Walking football. Okay, walking football bores me. Haaland's signature tap-in is boring.
Patrick, on the previous super chat.
Wait, let me finish this. Says 4-back Saint Magical. Can Pep play to his player's strength? Go ahead, Romeo.
Yeah, I was saying on the previous first super chat that says that the management and players will figure it out because they won us so many trophies. We must all relax. I must say, quite optimistic, hopeful. I respect that, but I beg to differ because that's how United's decline began.
Yeah, they did.
And Arsenal have not won a EPL title in 20 years. And if you told an Arsenal fan in 2004 or something, if you told them that you guys are not going to win a league title for 20 years, they would have slapped you on the head. If you told that to a Chelsea fan when Conte was balling not so long ago, and they won it, Chelsea are almost on a decade of winning the EPL. So don't take it for granted. When City were, I remember one of Khaldoon's interviews, he said himself that when we're winning, we need to strengthen, like go again into the window and make sure that we reinforce in all areas. And unfortunately, it looks like we haven't really done that ourselves. We haven't taken our own advice. Liverpool have, and watched them stroll it again.
I think we did actually address some big holes. Like we knew last season we needed a number 8, and I think we got one of the best ones available in the market. But you're right, we filled the left back role, which has been a hole for 8 years. But we still have a lot more holes to fill. That's the problem. Is we've neglected
the right back role. We've neglected the right back role. You can say Nunes
Facts.
is playing there, and you're saying Rico Lewis, but he's a midfielder as of coming from the academy, playing in that position since he was young. So I'm not having that.
Can I ask you
You've
something,
made-
Coutinho? Before I forget, can I
Yes,
ask you
go
something,
ahead.
Coutinho? Why is that and even if somebody in the panel after Coutinho wants to answer this, and I'm going to ask this again, why is that Newcastle, right? Me and Kelster, I think we also were discussing this. Why is that Newcastle? Okay, Liverpool have forced Newcastle to sell their biggest star. We
Yeah.
failed to force Newcastle to sell
Because
2
we're-
stars.
we're
No,
not-
wait, let me finish this.
Okay,
We
go
failed
ahead.
to remember we were supposed to go after Bruno Guimaraes. We failed to push them and put pressure them in the corner, and then we have failed to pressure them and put them in the corner for them to sell us Livramento. I think Isaac, the treasure, Isaac more than Livramento and Bruno Guimaraes. Why do City have this behavior where they don't want to push? What makes us
Oh, we
special?
could have gotten Bruno.
We're soft.
We
We're
failed
soft.
to pay the
We're
release
soft.
clause.
We're soft. We're soft and cheap.
We're
and
soft
cheap.
on and off the pitch, apparently.
We're soft.
Wow.
We're soft and cheap. And it's only going to get worse from here.
We didn't want to pay 100 million for Bruno G. The release clause, we could have got him. There was a release clause. We didn't have to deal with Newcastle at all. We chose not to.
Hey, listen to me. No, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Abdul Mahmoud, hakuna mtu ingekuwa imesukuma kuna mtu ameingiana.
You're mad.
Ingekuwa hapo chini.
Kama swali.
Sorry.
But you know it's Patrick.
Patrick,
For
Patrick,
me, yeah.
Patrick.
Hey,
Maybe I am
there's
an
no excuse. Like that's why look, Patrick. I'm trying to just wrap my head around it. Liverpool somehow got Isak, but yet these lot, yeah, they tried, and guess what? When they were told, oh no, yeah, he's not for sale. These idiots, yeah, decided to walk away. But what Newcastle told? Didn't Newcastle say to Liverpool that Isak is in for sale? But somehow
No.
Liverpool are.
Do you know, Adam, wait, Hamza, do you know why Newcastle has sold? Hamza, what did Carl say? Make an offer somebody can't refuse. There is no money you can refuse.
Listen, Patrick, Carl always says that. Carl always says that. You put them an offer on that table that they damn cannot refuse. If you make them an offer that they cannot refuse,
Carl always says
yeah.
it.
No.
And that's what I say. I
An
give
offer
Carl
you can't
credit.
refuse.
No, the problem wasn't the offer. So what Liverpool has done to they spoke to Isaac. They spoke to Isaac, and I was like,
agent,
like,
you speak to the
"Wait,
agent.
you want to come to us?" And he said, "Yes, okay, don't worry. We're gonna try to put a bid in to your club, 110 million. If they refuse, all you need to do, just don't turn up, don't show up for training.
Yeah,
Statement out. Do all you have to do. Don't worry. We will be working on the background.
Matthias, this is what I said an hour ago, Matthias. I said the exact same thing. I said, if anybody thinks that LFC and FSG have not told Isak, guaranteed him that they're going to get him, you're delusional. You don't know how this game works. See, the problem, Matthias, is that unfortunately, right, and it's a lot of people who seem to be steeped in what I call the way things used to be. They still think football is the way it was back in the day. It's changed. The game has changed. The game has completely changed. Everything about the game has changed. Right? Oh, it's okay if we don't win again. That's fine. We'll just sing the songs and be happy. And listen, let me tell you something, right? Let me just finish up, right? If you listen, your fan base will shrink. Your revenue will shrink. Nobody's going to want to come to you. If you're going to be relegated, sure. You become irrelevant. It's just a fact. Now, some people like that, right? Yeah, let all the international fans, let them F off, right? That's fine. Cool. Yeah, we can F off. So we own it. Then what happens then?
And the club died.
We just stop all this foolishness, man. It's the cheese has moved. Wake up and move with the cheese.
But the problem is, if we keep
Carl
having
Solom's
this
the
sort of
books today.
mentality that we're much worse than now, we could find ourselves going back to them years very soon.
Thank you very much, Matthias. Thank you for saying that, because I
And
think
if you have any doubts,
because if we can keep accepting this, we might start laughing at Man United. Do you guys remember how Man United went from where they were just in 3 years? Not 2 years, was 1.5 years, because when they brought David Moyes in, they finished fourth. Yeah, they finished fourth. They sacked David Moyes in his second season. They were sitting eighth. and then they've never gone back from that. They've never.
Remember
We're
when?
starting to do some things
Remember
like Man
when
United.
finishing
Some of these
fourth?
contracts were given out, and the fees we're paying for these mediocre players, and giving Ruben Diaz a massive extension when he hasn't earned it, giving Gundogan all that money, giving John Stones all that money. Like, those are kind of things United have been doing, and that's kind of been leading to their spiral. And I'm just like, why are we emulating them? That's what it
listen
feels
to
like to me.
Matthias
listen
makes
to
some
me.
very valid
I
points,
just want to say
man.
something. I just want
No,
to say
no,
something.
no, no. Let Romeo go. Wait. Just let Romeo say. Romeo, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying Matthias makes some very valid points because, and United is the perfect example. Because remember there was once upon a time when finishing fourth was a sackable offense for United. Not long ago. Now it's like an achievement. It's celebrated.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has because let's look at the way the manager celebrates top four last season, and let's look at the way we are as a fan base at Action with 3 games in.
Listen,
With
But
3
he
games
didn't celebrate it. He was like, "This is not good enough." He never celebrated it.
With 3 games in, we're not even talking about challenge for the title. We're talking about where we're gonna finish in the table.
I forgot to tell you. Though. I swear to, I was in Qatar, in Doha. I was wearing a city top. A Qatari man walked towards me, and he said, "Oh, you support Manchester City?" I said, "Yeah, you're here with PSG." He said, "What happened to your football club?" I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You've become rubbish." I said, "What do you mean rubbish?" He said, "You're no longer good anymore. You don't have these players that are good. You don't have these players that change teams. You see how PSG..." I said, "I speak exactly the same way to my fan base." He goes, "Pep Guardiola has to get it right because
No.
if you're not careful," he said to me, "if you're not careful, Chelsea went downhill like this." And you know one thing, let me make it clear. What they said about me is about this. We know before it started from that recruitment, whatever it is, yeah. But last season we were told with Patrick, we want Bruno Guimaraes. We're gonna get Bruno Guimaraes. We're getting Bruno Guimaraes. 3 months. Remember 3 months Bruno Guimaraes we waited for? Yeah. Guess what? Afterwards was the excuse. No, we were waiting for Bruno Guimaraes to push for the transfer.
We're not gonna pay 90 million.
Hold on.
Yeah, they had a release clause, 100 million. We refused to pay it.
Yeah. So
we thought he was worth
Is
less.
Martin watching the stream?
Yeah. If you
I think
want
he's
the
still on
players,
his face.
now one second. If you offer the thing, you get the player. To me, Man City hierarchy
Hamza
showing red
how
flags. And then let me tell you one thing: the biggest red
the
flag
fan
they're
base has
showing.
shown red flags, and I'll tell you why.
The
How
fan
can you?
base,
No, Hamza. The fan base has shown red flags. Why? Because when you mention that, oh, look at the players that we used to have, yeah, and I look at the team right now, yeah. If I mention, yeah, let's go get an attacking player, the fan base will start making excuses. Oh, what happened to X, Y, and Z?
Yeah, what happens? What's gonna happen to Bob?
I mentioned, let's go and get a second striker so he can put some pressure on Haaland in terms of his performance. Oh, what's going to happen to Haaland?
Yeah, why?
That means we cannot buy players then.
Yeah,
because every time we buy a certain
did
player,
you see our bench? Did you see our bench against Brighton? Did you see our bench against Brighton? Did you see your bench? Did you see the bench thing? The commentator goes, "There's no game changer in that bench."
Hamza, they don't need a strong bench to beat Brighton.
1 second, no, we do because the greatest.
No, let me tell you something.
Listen, no.
We used to have Alvarez on the bench.
No. When we went the Champions League final, Mahrez was on the bench. Alvarez was in the bench. Who else was in the bench? Who else is in the bench? Alvarez, Mahrez, Walker was in the bench.
Okay, Hamza, you're telling me you need a strong bench to beat the likes of Brighton?
1 second. You know what happens? Some days, Kevin De Bruyne never performed. Who used to rescue us? Sterling. Who used to rescue Cerny? Great players are there for each other. You stop one, the other one comes in. The other one comes in. You have to have quality everywhere. The problem is this team are laughable. You know who made us? You know who scored against us to win us 2-1? Who scored for Brighton to make it 2-1? He mocked us. Who's that guy? Ruton or whatever. He's an under 21 Netherlands player. Do you know that? He's under 21. Another, he just said, "Yo, get out of here, man." He went around the keeper, an empty net, and just celebrated. And the fun thing, let me hurt your feelings. Let me hurt your feelings the most, yeah. You know our players. Some of our players who've left our football club, they don't respect us. We're losing respect. How can Jack Grealish tweet that after the game? How can Savinho keep tweeting that wanting to leave the football club? Nothing happens. But when Cancelo was happening, get out. When Julian Alvarez was happening, we want to get rid of it. We got rid of great players for mediocrity. Why did you say Alvarez? No, but we got Mamouche. You only got Mamouche because you're getting thumped 13 games in a row. You could win 13 games in a row because you thought you're good enough. You panicked buying January. That's how bad our recruitment is. Then now our fan base are looking, no, wait for January. It's about homegrown and home talent and foreign players. We didn't have enough hotspot. Get out of here. Chelsea have how many players do Chelsea have? How many players do Chelsea have? How
It's
many
about
players do
homegrown. I like
Chelsea have?
it.
We don't have homegrown. It's about homegrown quota. It's about foreign players. The number of foreign. Get out of here, man. I've seen Chelsea recruit. They have like 40, 50 players. So you get rid of the players, but buy the quality. Now I'm looking at this issue as a main issue of the right back. I am so disappointed at Hugo Viana not getting a right back because he had 9 months. Now the transfer window is closed. I don't know what we'll do. We couldn't even sell a Kanji.
Hamza, let's talk about Chelsea for a minute, right?
But Kanji didn't want to leave. We
hold on,
accepted
Kels.
offers to sell Kanji. He refused to be
Kelly,
sold to the
let's talk about Chelsea for a minute,
Don't
right?
blame Viana for that.
And fair play to them, right?
Kanji.
When we were laughing at them saying they did 7-year contracts and 8-year contracts and putting key guys on, now I understand what they were doing. So what happens is that when you put a player on a 7-year, 10-year contract, you can spread the payments out over that length of time, which means that you can offer them a lower salary with guaranteed time length. So if a player doesn't work out for you, you can sell them for a good fee. And guess what? The wages are low, so the other team that's buying it can afford them. That's why they're easy to do a transaction. Smart. Very, very smart. This is what they've done. So the 7-year contract wasn't actually a 7-year contract because it can buy and sell within that 7 years. It's the wages that are low that allows you to offload them.
Yeah,
and the buying club be able to pay those low wages.
Yeah, they've got it's a longer contract for lower wages.
Yeah, so now you can sell a player like Nicholas Jackson, right? Nicholas Jackson was going to go.
You know what's
right?
mad? We gave Marmoush 295.
Oh my days! I was shocked.
Very weak. Yes. How can we get a guy who came here?
You know why?
Came here.
But you know why, Mubush? You know why we offered Marmoush a contract? Because he knows we were desperate. We
and
know
even we gave Cristiano Reinders 230. What is this?
Gandalorian.
He was Serie A midfielder of the year. You have to pay for that kind of quality.
Gandalorian.
150.
Hold on, guys.
Gandalorian, do you remember when we used to watch Julian Alvarez at River Plate? The chances he used to finish.
Don't tell me.
Do you remember the finishing? Do you
Let
remember
me, Hamza. Let me just talk about this just for 1 minute, and I won't say this ever again. I won't say this ever again, right? I just won't. Kelly, you know my position, right? That was the most stupid decision this club has made in the past 5 years. That decision not to negotiate with this boy and give him an offer he cannot refuse, right? Is the most Alvarez.
Oh, I think Martin's gonna have something to say about
Let me break it down for you, right?
We gave out
the reason why we won that game, that four in a row, was for 2 players. Number 1, Julian Alvarez and Phil Foden. But how long was that?
Yep.
That's it.
No. Alvarez
Brian was out too at that point.
If you guys remember when Alvarez came in and when we won the treble in that summer, Alvarez got given a new deal with a pay rise.
Yeah, but my point to you, Matthias, is that make him an offer he cannot refuse. If it means
a significantly lower wage.
If it means, Matthias,
first season, we used to give them a pay rise.
I mean, here's the guy. Matthias, hold on, right? Here's the guy. Let's be clear. Let's be very clear. Here's a guy who played with Lionel Messi and won the World Cup. So
Wow.
don't tell me you can't. Don't
Yeah.
tell me you can't play Haaland and Alvarez together.
You can't. 100%.
Don't tell me that.
You can't.
Don't
He
tell
was
me
a
you
hard
cannot
worker.
play
I don't think
Julian
it worked
Alvarez.
very well that 4-peat season though. Alvarez looked lost so many. Like Pep was throwing him everywhere, and it just
No. So, Kelly, you see
He
but this is the problem, Kelly,
you
right?
never played
This,
him as two
so-
strikers together.
Kelly,
Alvarez
he had
always had to
30
be like
but
the
Kelly,
10.
this is your
He had
problem.
35
This is the
G-
problem. Sorry,
35
Hamza, just a minute,
I
right?
think the problem
You
is that
expect
when we were playing
Alvarez
big
to
games and it was
Alvarez. Hold on, let's finish. You expect Alvarez to play as a 10 over 10 in a position that he's not normally used to playing. No.
Yeah.
If he gives you a 7, it's good enough than some players. But you don't give him a chance.
No, but the problem is with Alvarez, like when we were playing big games, is when when we were
Prophet, are you still
benching him.
here?
Do you know what I mean? And I think he was playing into that sort of 8th position when KDB had gone injured.
Well, he could
And
play. He played
when-
with KDB. With
When
Haaland.
KDB came back, that's when he was just all right. You're sitting on the bench. Even
Matthias,
during the
Matthias,
game,
you know what's mad?
he wasn't
Alvarez is
starting,
more
so-
suited for our system than Haaland. That's what's mad.
Now, forget this Haaland thing. Julian
Let me
Alvarez.
tell you
listen,
something, bro.
forget this
You're all saying
Haaland.
Alvarez. Forget about Alvarez. We have a Marmoush, and he's much better than Alvarez.
Yeah,
No,
we
he's
have to move on from Alvarez.
But you know the problem. You know the problem. You know the problem we have. We have a team. Listen to me. We have a team. Listen to me.
Wait.
One minute.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a
Hear what
time.
Martin has
One
to
at a
say,
time.
too.
Hamza, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Martin's taking some heat in the comments. I want him to address that.
1 minute, Hamza. 1 minute.
Why
We
is he
have a
arguing?
team.
Who is he arguing with?
No, we have a team.
Martin, listen, I'm
We have a
taking
team
it
that can
off.
win the league.
I'm
But we are not
taking
using them properly.
it off
That's the
some
problem.
panel members who've never spoke to me in their life. People in the chat. It's weird, that, isn't it?
Who is
Starting to
that?
find out who the snakes and the cowards are.
Do you know why you're getting smoked, Martin? It's because you're becoming famous.
I don't give a shit about being famous.
Yeah, you're becoming famous. Let me break it down for you, Martin. Martin,
I don't care about fame.
Every time, but listen to me. Every
I'm a
time I go
City
to
fan.
listen, Martin. Every time I go to a panel these days, you've become the face of Man City. They're like, "Oh, Martin say this, Martin say that." So, Martin, I'm sorry,
Nobody
you're
is the
becoming
face.
famous.
Nobody is the face of Manchester City. I've
but you
explained
are-
it 1,000 times.
But you are becoming the guy everybody's talking about.
Yeah, Martin, you become the face of positivity, of selling that dream.
No, I haven't,
of
Hamza.
winning the league.
Hamza,
That's what they think.
this is the difference.
Majority of fan
Ask
base
Carl,
believe they're
ask
thinking-
Patrick. I've been the same for 7-8 years. I've never changed, Hamza.
Yeah, but you're positive. You're positive.
So what? Sorry, when did supporting the club become toxic?
No.
When did that become a bad thing?
Yeah. Now listen.
Genuinely.
Martin, listen, Martin, they associate you with positivity.
Don't care how they associate. But when I get lies and slander put onto my name, that's when I'm going to take umbrage.
So Martin, there's 3 fan base. There are people who are unhappy, there are people who are okay, and there are people who are very happy. You're in that fan base who are very, very happy. What's going on? I'm happy. No matter what, it's okay. I don't mind, lala. And when you speak about all this stuff and they're unhappy, they're gonna challenge you and say, "We're unhappy. What's happening to our football?" So we're united on Man City. So when someone sees a different opinion, even some people disagree with me. They think I'm very extremely negative, but some people agree with me on my side. You are seen as a positive, very positive.
What I give a fact.
Even rivals.
People don't like facts.
Well,
people don't like facts.
I also
please lay down the facts. We're here to listen.
What the facts?
No, it's not about listening. You said it earlier when I sit there talking about the squad size and the homegrown and everything else. That's just got to be swept under the carpet and ignored. We've got to break all the rules to get everybody in so we can buy 10 players.
We've got so many players to release, though.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what we're discussing.
I agree on that.
I think Calder was. Nobbins did an hour-and-a-half video on this. Yeah, but Martin,
and
I
nobody
think
says
the
anything.
issue, I think, is that, I mean, at least for me, is how do you go in this window without a right back? How is that possible?
Shocking.
I agree, but I hear things like Viana's been working at this for 9 months. No, he hasn't.
Yes.
That is just false factual
had-
information.
When did he come to this football club?
No, I've said to Hamza, you can't blame Viana on this one. Sorry.
When did
Viana
he-
started shadowing February
Because-
time, only
because-
shadowing. He
because
had no control.
So he had an assessment period where he was able to assess. So we guys, we have
No,
part-time.
The question is,
But Hamza,
how long have
you're
these
missing
guys
is
been crying for a right back?
Wait, guys, you're gonna have to speak one at a time because
I'm
Also,
going
is
in a minute,
somebody
so
not
I'm
here
just gonna
because we have
I'm
somebody
gonna share
waiting
in
in
a
the
minute.
background trying to get in. So
Yeah, go ahead.
somebody on the panel
I'm
is
gonna
not
go.
responding.
I'm gonna go
No,
in
no,
1
I
minute.
don't mean you,
I'll
Martin.
Okay, so Martin, so Martin, what is your word before these people answer you?
There was two things I'm about to say. Yes, came in February, started shadowing. You can't start doing business till the window opens. The problem is we had, and you can shake your head all day, Hamza, right? It is now deadline day, and we've only just got 2 or 3 out the door that we needed to get out. You actually look at the squad right now, as of 9:15 on the 1st of September, we are now where we need to be, a squad size. It's took this long because other clubs have messed us around. Galatasaray played the We're Interested FC card for 3 months. Never put any proper money down. Interested FC. That's all they ever did. And then they got to the last day, realised they had to put money down on Gundogan, got it sorted. That's why Fenerbahce came in at the last minute and just did the deal for Edison. They didn't haggle or mess around. Galatasaray messed around. There is what you call a domino effect. Now, I will agree, from January onwards, do we need to buy right back? 100%. We've now got everything where we need to be. We've got the wage level has come down by 40 million quid.
Yeah, but Martin, I mean, why are you relying on Galatasaray and Fenerbahce to mess you around and not
because there are no other buyers, Carl. There are no
hear me
other
out,
buyers.
hear me out, right?
Into the
Hear me out.
market.
Wait, Matthias, let him answer the Matthias, let him ask him.
There are no other buyers. You
What do you mean there are
can't
no other
make
buyers?
somebody buy Edison. You can't make somebody buy. Akanji didn't want to go to certain clubs. He had no interest in going to Palace.
There was a lot of interest in Akanji, to be fair.
There was 6, 7 clubs
He didn't want to
touching him.
go though.
He didn't actually want to fully go
That's
because
on
he
him.
still had 2-3
So let
years
me
on his
break this
contract.
down. Let me break this down. So okay, think about it as if you're in the board. Let's say we're in the boardroom. We're in the boardroom, right? We know we need a right back. Okay, and this whole homegrown rule, yada yada yada. Fine. I know I need a right back. It's critical. I buy the right back, and if it means I take a loss on Akanji, on Edison to for Galatasaray or Fenerbahce, I take the hit, but I get my right back.
It happens to
Was
every.
the right back
It's nothing.
priority for Pep Guardiola?
That's it.
Look at
So
Chelsea.
the question is, was the right
You
back
know, Carl,
priority for Pep Guardiola?
to back you up,
Because
Carl,
I said in I think it was in January we were running on space and I said I don't think he wants a right back. The reason why is because in December when we played the Boxing Day fixture, Kyle Walker announced that he was leaving, and from that moment in time, we all knew that we needed a right back. So we head into the January window. We bought 2 centre halves, a midfielder, and an attacking player. So two centre halves. If he wanted a right back, he would have bought 1 centre back and a right back. He would have not bought 2 centre halves. We head into the summer window, and the first sign was a midfielder, and goalkeeper Bentinelli, left back, another goalkeeper, and then another goalkeeper. He's not seeing the right back as much of a priority than we've seen. Maybe because he wants to play different. I don't know. I genuinely do not
That's
know.
the question: is are we buying a right back for Pep, or are we just going to wait till Pep leaves to buy like a right back for the club? Like, because if we can't find like the perfect one for him,
he doesn't want just any right back. I feel like the way he's trying to set it up, he wants someone who can invert.
No, I believe.
Yes, I agree with him. I agree with you, Matthew. I agree with you.
No,
And the reason is,
I tell
and the
you
reason is,
why.
He wants a toll version of Rico Lewis available.
I tell you why. I've said it before, Pep Guardiola having Dani Alves. I've seen him going to Bayern Munich having Philip Lahm. I've seen him having Kyle Walker. I've seen him come to my football club, and we've had the likes of Zabaleta, Bakary Sagna. He immediately made changes because there was an ambition board there that were able to make the right recruitment. However, I've said it before. The question is, I'll assess Hugo Viana's this summer because he must have known a centre midfield is essential, a right back is essential. What worries me now is the fact that Rodri has just come back and he's played his first game and he's already seeing deficiencies. Rodri's becoming frustrated first game. He's not used to this. He plays for international team who win tournaments. He's come to a team where he left them winning and he's finding
Hamza, we cannot talk about all night about right back, about right back that we will not sign. It's too late. Why we are talking about right back? We will not sign right back. It's too late. The winner is stop it.
But that's
Why
what
we are talking about right back?
Move forward after this window.
Right now, we have to talk about and analyze what we can do right now.
No, I don't care
That's
about
where
that.
we have.
No.
Why we are talking about it? No, Hamza, listen to me.
Hamza,
For whatever reason, listen
How
to
do we
me.
move forward with Donnarumma
Listen to me, Hamza. For whatever reason, the club decided to not sign a right back.
1 second. A guy tweeted today. It says, "How many of you got excited signing Donnarumma today? How many felt like, oh, I'm so happy? Oh, I didn't bother. I didn't give a shit.
I have bought 2 bottles of champagne. I'm gonna pop when Donnarumma signs.
I think it's
I
because
got deflated.
the
deflated.
reason why we didn't get excited is because we've seen that the problems it won't be solved just by buying a goalkeeper.
Yeah, we know.
Especially not Donnarumma.
Matthew,
we just signed the best goalkeeper
Hamza,
in the world.
Hamza.
I think
If
you've
the club,
been very
Hamza, if you don't have a right back now in our club, if you don't have a right back in our club, I don't blame Pep.
For God's sake, you just signed the best. Just signed the best goalkeeper
I
in the
blame
world.
for Viana. I blame for.
What is this? Donnarumma is not the best keeper in the world. What we're doing
Of course
here?
it is. Go check the stats. I'll show
Mate,
you.
why
He's
is
the best.
PSG?
He's got the
Why
highest.
is PSG getting rid of him? Why is PSG getting rid of
was
him?
an issue between him and Luis Enrique.
No, it's because he doesn't fit.
Don't get me wrong.
It's because he doesn't.
Matthew, listen to me.
It's got nothing to do with performances, believe me.
Wait. Hold on.
Guys.
Hold on. Matthias, go ahead. Ask the question.
Okay,
Matthias,
so why do we keep asking this question? Oh, why is PSG getting rid of him? Why you Luis Enrique getting rid of him? Why don't you ask yourself a question? Why does your manager want him? Yeah,
because I don't know. I have to.
No.
See this.
Every player that we signed for this football club, we don't question. Oh, why is Frankfurt want to sell him? Or why AC Milan want to sell him? No, why does Pep Guardiola?
That's such a good point.
Forget about the other manager. Forget about their team, the ex-team.
Maybe
Forget
for the
about
Champions
the other
League.
manager. Focus on your team and your manager. Every single player that we buy at this football club, yeah, Pep say yes to.
Yeah,
every single one of them, because because before you agree personal terms, yeah, the manager will have a meeting with the players or will contact the player and explain, right, I've got a plan for you, yeah, this is the way I want you to play, yeah, in this sort of situation. They will talk about football, yeah. Every single player that we buy, Pep sits down with them, have a meeting with them, and explain the plan for that player. Forget about Luis Enrique. Forget about PSG. Forget about AC Milan. Forget about Lyon. We don't care about this football club. Stop asking questions. Why is Lyon? Why PSG? Why Luis Enrique is getting rid of? Ask yourself a question. Why does your manager want him?
Matthew, I think Pep Guardiola is
we can ask that question, but I don't have an answer for that.
I think the guy.
Don't ask any question then.
Matthew, listen to me.
Why are you
I
asking
think the guy is confused.
Well,
I think the guy is concussed.
PSG got rid of him.
I think he don't know what he's doing.
Fair to question that.
I think he don't know what he's doing.
Did you ask
the guy
Leipzig why they selling Vardio to us?
Matt,
No,
Money.
because
we know
RB
RB
likes
Leipzig
it.
are a selling club. We know the answer
Yeah,
to that. They're
they
a
want to
selling
make
club.
money more than they want to get titles. So
Therefore, why did you, if you were going for Rodrigo, why is Real Madrid? No, forget about it. Why does your manager is the one?
I can tell you why Madrid
No.
is selling
Your
Rodrigo if we're
manager,
going for
no,
him.
you don't need that. I don't need to, because you've said that. Your manager calls every single player that he wants to buy before we do the deal. Yeah, he speaks to the player. Tijani Reinders,
Also,
in his press conference, he said, yeah, Pep Guardiola called me. Yeah, we had a chat for 45 minutes, and he said to me, I need a number 8. And we were talking about football. He explained to me how he's going to utilize me, what he wants me to do on the football pitch. Yeah, same happens with Cherky, same happens with Donnarumma. Forget about Luis Enrique PSG. Is why does your manager contact Donnarumma and sat with him, have a conversation with him, and explain the plan? He's the one that's signing him. Yeah, PSG is not signing him. PSG is just selling.
also, unless I've missed anything,
But this is the thing.
Real Madrid haven't actually sold Rodrigo, and Xavi has
Mateus,
never come
can
out
I-
in public and say, I don't want him, or we want to sell him.
Can I ask you this one thing? Why do you keep referring as Pep as your manager, not our manager? This is the thing that kind of
He's our
don't
manager.
you want?
Master
Don't you
Patrick,
want?
it's Master Positive.
No,
Master
he's our
Positive.
manager.
I miss you, man. Master Positive has come.
The reason why I'm referring to you as your manager is so you know that he's your manager.
I agree, but I can also question him, right? Like, and I'm doing a real question. Like,
Okay, no,
I'm not doing this.
You came here, and I questioned PSG, Luis Enrique. You never questioned. Forget about PSG and Luis Enrique. You just talk about Man City and Pep Guardiola.
Again, like
It's
I
when
can't
someone is done with
understand.
Pep,
Luis
they
Enrique and
start saying stuff
PSG,
like
yeah,
that.
will not play Man United in 2 weeks' time. Luis Enrique and PSG will not go to Arsenal way. Forget about them. Focus on your football club.
Again, I agree with you, but the point that I'm making is I don't understand why Pep wants him. And this is my point. Like, I don't understand why Pep wants him. I think there are keepers on the market.
That's fine, and I agree. But
Wait.
don't keep mentioning PSG and Luis
Wait,
Enrique.
No, I keep mentioning them because people mention that he's a treble-winning thing and he's the best thing since sliced bread.
Wait, is that
So was
Spartacus?
Yaya Toure.
Wait, is that Spartacus? Wait,
Trafford better than
Matthias,
Donnarumma?
I've been looking for Spartacus. I've been looking for
You think
Spartacus.
you can-
Spartacus, is that you?
Yeah, that's
Yes,
Spartacus
it's me.
here.
So Spartacus, I want to ask something, right? I have been told throughout last season and all my life when I've been a City fan, every time I question Pep, especially this era of Pep, Pellegrini, nobody gave a shit. Mancini, nobody seemed to give a shit. When I criticized Mancini or Pellegrini, nobody said anything. But when Pep came to this club, people told me that, do you know more than Pep? So can I ask you a question? If people tell us, do you know more than Pep, why are people questioning his decision of picking up Donnarumma?
I mean, I never said that to you, though, did I?
Not you, Spartacus. I'm just
Other
saying
people
answer
have
on
said
behalf.
that too.
Just answer on behalf of the people said, do you know more than Pep?
But I can't say for other people because I haven't done that.
Okay, can I
I
ask you
think
something,
that's
Spartacus?
ridiculous. You can ask questions however you want. The thing
Okay,
is,
can I-
like, you have to be genuine with the question.
Okay,
Like,
can I ask you a genuine question? Are you happy that Donnarumma is coming to City?
no, not particularly, no.
But do you trust Pep?
Wow.
I do, but I also I'm not gonna do a blind faith situation, and I never did. Like, I think Pep, I struggle to see how he's gonna find a way to deal with him. But at the end of the day, he wants him, so it's his job to make it work. So, and I hope he does. I'm not gonna be doing, like, for example, Hamza's number one fan knitting, wishing for Savio to get an ACL in it. Like, I'm not gonna be doing that. I want the guy to come to City. We don't concede a single goal ever anymore, and he does about 155 saves a game. This is what I want to happen. But
Patrick,
you know what's mad? People say he's a treble winner. He's a treble winner. My auntie can win treble in France.
Patrick,
no, let's
to
not
share
do
that
this.
video of Donnarumma's football.
is the weakest league in Europe.
Pat, please,
Let's not do
there
this.
seems
What
to
are
be
we
this
doing?
persisting myth that Donnarumma sucks with his feet.
No,
Please
don't-
share
don't-
that clip with these
No,
guys.
this
so that
isn't
they
a
can see how
myth.
really
This is
accurate it
not a myth. What we're
gonna have-
doing here.
Please share that video, Pat.
Mate, everybody, I can do a compilation. No. Let me just address this real quick because I've seen this being said a lot. I can make a compilation of fucking Nick Pope doing 50-yard ping passes and say that he's the best keeper passing that ever existed when he's literally the worst. So
And
Let's not
personally,
do
you want
this
my
because
to
you've
make
seen a
sense
video.
primarily.
Mate, no. Let me just address this.
You watch French
Give me a
league.
second. Let me just
You know
address this
French
real
league.
quick.
You
Let me
watch
just
French league.
address this real quick.
I don't get this
I do. I
Donnarumma
watch a
hate.
lot of
It's so
PSG.
weird.
Give me a second. Let me just say this. I watch a shit ton of PSG because I'm Brazilian and I follow the international players, right? I follow the players that play for the Brazilian national side. Unfortunately, Marquinhos is a player that plays for the Brazilian national side, so I have to watch a lot of PSG. I think he's fucking
World Cup,
shit, and I think he shouldn't even be there. But I have to watch PSG because of that. The games that I watched from PSG, and trust me, it was a shit ton of games because I also really like Neymar, so I had to watch a lot of PSG games. Donnarumma
Okay. What
is
did you
kind
see?
of okay.
Donnarumma
Or
Let him
in
finish.
PSG.
Mora said, let him finish. Let him finish. Spartacus, finish. Spartacus.
I don't see the keeper that people have been saying that he is when I watch him. Like, I really don't. This is the thing. When I watch him, and I'm not going to say 100% sure, but I probably watch a lot more than him than most of the people in here. I'm skeptical because I don't see this guy that everybody's claiming to be the best.
You know
This
what's
means jack shit, mate.
You know what's
This
mad,
means jack shit.
We always complain. About our
Can
team.
I give you a statistic? Maybe
He is the one of the bossiest players in football.
You know, Patrick, this thing of
Spartacus.
I'm saying,
Oh,
this thing of
wait. Okay, don't smoke it here. Go ahead, don't smoke. Then Romeo after.
I'm saying
Don't smoke. Go ahead.
this thing of I've watched tons of games doesn't mean shit, man. I know people who attended every class and still failed. Right. Just because you watch the game doesn't mean your analysis is any good.
What are we doing here, mate? The person that actually watches the game knows more about it. What are we doing here? So you're saying that a person who doesn't watch the game knows more than a person who watched the game. What are we doing here, mate?
That doesn't mean your analysis.
What are we doing here, mate? Like, you watched
how many
a handful of games.
1 minute. Perspective. How many Newcastle games do you watch in a season?
Not many, no.
Why not?
Well, 5 or 6.
They've got 3 Brazilians in there.
Yeah, but just one of them makes the national side, and unfortunately, they play a lot at the same time as City.
National team, and
Joelinton is not really an international side. Doesn't really play for Brazil, mate.
Well, he does. I've seen him.
No, he does not. I'm the Brazilian here, mate. I watch every single fucking Brazil game.
Do you want me to prove how many appearances he's got for Brazil?
He might have a lot, but he's not the starter, is he?
So, well, you say he does not play. Well, now you say
no, he doesn't really. He doesn't. Go on, tell me how many he plays.
Right.
Tell me how many he played.
Now you change.
No. Tell me how many he played, not how many times he's been in the national side. Tell me how many games he played. Tell me how many times he played.
I can Google it for you.
I think we're getting sidetracked. Yeah.
Does Bruno Guimaraes play for Brazil?
A lot. He's the starter. Yes.
Well, why don't you watch Newcastle then?
Because unfortunately, because unfortunately, Newcastle play a lot in the same time as City does, and I have to make a choice. I can't watch 2 games at the same time. I have to make a choice, and I choose to watch City. I'm sorry.
Continue with discrediting Donnarumma all years.
Sorry, what?
The full analysis of all the games.
Maybe you could explain, Spartacus, a little. Maybe explain some of your concerns about Donnarumma joining our club, as you've done many times. But maybe this audience has.
There's no point in doing it. Like, people are just gonna say that I have an agenda. There's no point in saying it. Yeah, there's no point in saying that.
We're not saying your agenda. We're just saying that your analysis may be flawed because you watch.
It's not really, because I know how they play, right? It's not. I'm not doing this out of an agenda situation. I've seen how they play. Like, I've seen that they do a lot of things to compensate for Donnarumma being shit with his feet, and
but
we don't have the players to do it.
The thing is, at the end of the day, it's a give and take.
Don't worry.
I'm saying at the end of the day, it's a give and take. With Ederson, he gave us a passing ability, but we compensated for him by having a strong defense, so he doesn't concede lots of shots. That's football. You give and you take.
But every shot was a goal.
Exactly.
But again, did we need to go all the way to the opposite? And this is my questioning, because we have players like, for example, Kobel, who nobody can actually
Ederson, by the way, had the
We
lowest
also
save
already
percentage in the
have
Premier
Trafford,
League.
and he looked pretty damn good yesterday.
Yes, because our defense was usually one of the best.
You don't know more than the manager.
No, I don't. But again, like I'm not gonna do this blind faith thing.
Why are
Like
you
I never
questioning
did
Pep?
it, and I never do, because I don't understand the rationale behind it.
Okay,
And
guys.
again,
We don't have to
Pep
like the
might
same
be
players.
think,
What did you say,
as I said
Romeo?
it before,
What did you say, Romeo?
Mateos.
I
I
said it's
never.
natural. It's natural. Some people have a natural dislike for whatever reason. We can't question it. We can move on. He doesn't like Donnarumma. We get it.
Yeah. Let's move
It's
on.
not for whatever reason. I have a
and
rationale behind it, right? But
and
He
and
doesn't
it's an
as
blindly
agenda, I
hate him.
guess.
Did you
as
watch
far as I
Newcastle
can.
this
He actually
weekend? They
has
didn't play the
nuance if
same
anybody
time
listens to him.
as Man City.
Yeah, I did watch. I did watch Newcastle this.
Why?
So
They didn't play at the same time in Man City. Why did they
I
watch?
did. I said I did watch him. I
Oh,
did
did you?
watch him. Yeah, I
Oh.
did.
He made last season. He made tremendous saves.
Patrick,
In fact, he
question.
saves. Once again,
Hamza, can we go to
Hamza,
the
he
other
listened
seasons
to
then?
he saves.
Can we go to
got
other
the
seasons then?
UCL. 1 second. He saves made PSG win the UCL. The Arsenal
Yeah,
saves, the Liverpool saves, the Villa saves. I think
but I
what
can
it
give you
takes.
just as many games where he cost at PSG as well, mate.
1 second.
Hamza, he
At
cost
the
as
end
many
of the
games PSG as
no,
well. So what we
How
doing
many
here?
games has Ederson cost us?
no,
A lot.
no, 1 second. Exactly.
More than you can believe.
We had
Did
Ederson
Ederson
losing
cost
us
us last
Champions
season
League
in
game
the
against
UCL?
Lyon, against Monaco,
Wait. Can I ask
against
something?
Liverpool, against Tottenham.
Hamza, I have a question here. I'm just looking at something. Can I ask something, Hamza? Do you think these injuries are fake? Because now Nico O'Reilly and Rico have also withdrawn from the under 21. I think the City injuries are fake. I think the City injuries are fake. They are fake. They must be fake.
They are not. They are not going to the national side though. Why would they be faking it?
No.
They're all saying they're injured now.
Listen to this.
Maybe not
Listen to this.
international.
What about John Stones,
No,
Patrick?
let me read. Lewis and O'Reilly have withdrawn from the England under 21. Adnori withdrawn. A lot of our players are withdrawing. Are these injuries true, or we're doing
I
the
don't think it
Liverpool?
is.
I think
I don't think it is.
What about John
Battery
Stones?
is a tactic. It's a tactic.
What about
Where
John
did you
Stones?
see that, Pat?
Oh, Hamza, John Stones like England more than City, so he's never gonna
Okay,
drop
there you
out
are.
of
It's
England.
not. I think it's a
So
tactic.
1 second.
Okay, guys, can I give you one positive? I want to give the panel one positive about our situation. I think Pep Guardiola may change the system, and I give you an example. If you look back at the last season before our struggle began, the 3 games we played, I think it was Ipswich, West Ham United, and Chelsea. He played a different system those 3 games. After that, I think we went to the international break. Then we came back. I think we played a Champions League game against Inter, and I think Kevin De Bruyne injured during that game.
Yep.
After that, I never seen that system again. He completely ignored that system, and that system was Kevin De Bruyne was playing as a wing back creator. Look at the assist he gave Haaland against Ipswich. Look the way he was playing against West Ham United. He was playing as a wing back. Bernardo Silva and Grealish was playing as a 10. And those 3 teams, they couldn't handle us. And he changed it. I don't know why. But I am hoping he will change the system. That's the only hope I have. And the other thing I'm saying is, you were asking before why he dropped Laporte. He dropped Laporte because the Laporte couldn't defend wide areas. And he said to him, I know Laporte, you are a good defender. You won a lot of titles in this team, but you cannot play in my system. And we need that right now. And we need that Pep Guardiola that says to the players, you cannot play and you cannot suit this system. You have to be a bench. We need that kind of Pep Guardiola team. We don't need this kind of dilly-dallying or mismanagement of substitution, or everything is like not under control. We don't need that.
Well, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question though, before you speak? Can I ask you a question, and I want you to be straightforward with me.
Okay.
How long are you gonna give him? What if in December we are 15th?
No. I give him.
Let's be realistic,
I give him
mate.
2 games. I give him 2 games. I give him Man
What
United
do you
and
mean
Arsenal.
2 games?
If he don't change the system, I think we are. I think he don't change the system against Man United, we are doomed. I'm telling you for fact.
I think we might underestimate
But no
how
one
long it takes
expects
to
us to
change
win
a
those
system.
games.
I don't
No.
think it
We have to
happens
understand one thing.
overnight.
We have to understand one thing. I'm telling you guys. I don't want to say our team is one of the biggest, strongest team in the league. I don't want to say that. But what I'm telling you is, in a right system, in right mentality, we can win this fucking league. We can win it. I know you see me like a madman. I know you see me like a madman. But I'm telling you, we can win this league. In right system, in right players, we can win this league. Even without right back. Even without right, we can win this league.
I think
To be fair, no one expects us to beat United and
Battery,
Arsenal. I don't think anyone in this panel expects us to win.
No, I expect
Let
to
me
beat
give you
United.
example. Let me give you one example. In a fourth
Based on
title,
what
we won.
evidence? Ruben
Let me
has
give you
scored
example. Let
Pep
me give you
every single
example.
time.
Let me give you example. Wait a minute.
No, but
In
you're
a fourth
saying
title, we won.
something that
In a fourth title, we
Rodri.
won. How many big teams we won
But
against? Big
Rodri
teams.
just said it. Rodri just said it.
I
He
think we
doesn't
won
trust
against
these
two.
players.
We won
How
against
can
two
you
teams
trust
only.
this? Listen,
Hamza, wait. Hamza, wait.
Hamza,
We won
at the
against
same
big
Rodri
time,
teams, two
doesn't
teams
trust
only.
these scumbags.
We can win this league with a proper system and with a proper mentality.
Yes, I agree. And I
Do we think
I
Pep is
agree.
the guy to do
And
that?
I
To
said
get us that right
and I
system?
said at the start of the season, it
Let
will
me tell
come
you something.
down.
Don't give Pep Guardiola. Don't give
Hamza,
Pep Guardiola. You don't have a right back. You don't have a right back. You don't have a do that. You know. Don't give him that excuse. Hamza, I know
But do
that
we
you are giving him
realistically
excuse.
have pace in our
Hamza, you
squad,
are
though?
giving him excuse. Don't
We
give
have
that
Because the
guy
game's
I
moved on.
excuse.
we have the players to do it. It just needs to come down to the right
He
system
need to
and
be
the
a
right
brave guy.
person on the
He
football
need to
pitch.
sit down with the players like a Diaz, like a Haaland, like a Johnny Stories. I'm telling them you have to be part of the team. There's no star here. Be part of the team.
Diaz, a guy that bottled a 10-minute, like he was only there for 10 minutes and he capitulated. He's done.
He
He's
capitulated.
finished.
What do you mean,
He
Hamza?
capitulated. He was playing people on side.
Capitulated.
Listen, when he came on,
No,
he was
Hamza,
pathetic.
you don't know. You
He
don't play
was
football. If you're saying
bad.
that that's on
He was.
DS. No,
One
if
second.
you're saying that that's on
Oh,
DS, you
yeah,
have never played football in your life, Hamza. What we
Unfortunately, I
doing
disagree
here?
with you. I disagree
Bench
with
the
you.
guy, man.
The
Bench
reason
the guy, man. He got benched.
Hamza, the reason
He
we
got
lose
benched.
against Brighton
Listen,
is not because Diaz.
listen,
We don't
listen.
lose against
Just
Brighton
one at a
because of
time,
Diaz.
guys. Come on, we can't hear anything. One at a time.
Hamza, we don't lose against Brighton because of Diaz. We lose against Brighton because of our manager couldn't control the game, especially the second half.
Let me say,
We lost control of the game after
we
the first
lost. We lost on
when
two
they
issues.
equalized.
Yeah,
It was
you
done.
lost.
I know you want to. No, Hamza. You want to
Let me
criticize
finish.
Diaz.
Okay, you
Let me give you
talk, but
example.
I'm
Let me
trying
give
to
you something
finish.
you can criticize for about Diaz. The second goal they scored, he was running like he was walking. That's the only criticism you can give. But you cannot give that the teams can figure it out as, especially the second half. You cannot give that to Diaz.
Listen, most fan base I spoke to, the reason why we lost to Brighton, Matthias Nunes, the biggest calamity in Man City, yeah, gave away a dumb penalty. You can see even when he gave that penalty, John Stones hits the ground, he punches the ground. He punches the ground. The second goal came because Diaz was not playing in the back line. You could see him was way further ahead, and he played the guy on side. And they had two chances like that, similar to that. When Kusanov
Hamza,
was playing,
just by
pace.
your
No, one second.
just by your speech, I can tell you you're either a shit centre back or you never played football in your life.
1 second. Let me finish. You're the guy that said Trafford is better than Donnarumma. Like you said,
For us,
Trafford is a better
the
player
important
than
thing
Donnarumma.
for
And I told
us.
you that he's not better
That's a
than
shocking
Donnarumma.
statement.
It can't be. That's a shocking
That's not a
statement.
shocking statement
That's
if you
a
hear the
shocking
context
statement.
behind it. But Hamza's
That's a shocking
moronic
statement.
and doesn't do
Nobody
the
wants
thing.
to hear the context.
Okay, let Hamza finish. Let Hamza finish. Go ahead, Hamza.
To me, I just think that some players do go through a bad patch, and Diaz is going through a bad patch, and it's the last 2 years. I've been keeping quiet. I think he's going through a bad patch. He was dropped for a reason. Kusanov came in and he did well. Kusanov did very well. I think, for me, a guy who's not played many games since February, because he hasn't played many games. I think he's played one game since February. He came into the team and looks like he's a guy that was running back. He had pace at the back. He was getting the tackles right when they tried to counter-attack us. He made the challenges and he was brilliant. He was brilliant completely. And to me, I look at Diaz as soon as he came on, and they basically knew how to play us. They said, Diaz doesn't have pace. These guys don't keep a straight line. He was behind the striker. And that calamity led to that goal. If you look at it, I called it
My God, Hamza, you have no clue of how to play centre back, do you?
Against Tottenham, I said,
calm down, calm down.
Against
calm down.
Tottenham, I blamed him for the same thing. I said the header he missed.
Jesus
Look where he
Christ.
was, and everyone's seen it. I think Diaz has lost the confidence,
Thank
you have to try and don't trust Diaz to be the starting centre back. Kuznov is ahead of him now.
Thank you.
Kuznov,
Can I
is
just
ahead
say
of him.
one thing on the Brighton second goal? I don't think it was Diaz's fault. I think it was the whole team. If you go look back on the Brighton second goal, it was a goal kick from Brighton goalkeeper. Yeah, it was a goal kick, and we were trying to press high in a moment where Brighton was keeping the hold of the game, where what we asked our players to do is literally press so high up the field and they launched the ball long. What we should have done is, instead of panic after the 1-1, we should organize ourselves. Yeah, even 10 minutes or 5 minutes to go, we should just gather everyone. Listen, calm down. Yeah, let's play our game. Yeah, I know the fan, because their fans will start being a bit louder than us. From the minute 1 to 60, we couldn't hear their fans. We were the ones singing in that ground. As soon as they get the penalty, the whole thing's changed. That's when we have to go back to our mentality. Just because the opposition scored a goal doesn't mean we have to panic. And the panic came from the manager with his substitutions. Yeah, he showed that he literally showed to the Brighton manager that these guys are start panicking. Let's attack them. The Brighton goalkeeper had the ball. They launched it long. Why? Right. When out possession, my question is: when we out possession, we often keep the back line of 4 and a 4 midfield, like a second line of defense with 4 and 2 pressing. But in that moment for that goal, why was Rico Lewis inverting in that midfield position? Because
he's the bum. Because
because we see Rico Lewis going to midfield when we have the ball, not when we are defending and we are pressing. So that's where the panic mode starts. The goalkeeper, Brighton goalkeeper, had the ball.
No, that's a structure from Pep.
And I saw everyone so high up the pitch, and they had 4. They were like 4v2 at one point, and I'm like, why? There's
that was an instruction from Pep.
There's a lot of minutes.
Look at the second goal they scored. They have 4 players behind
Hungry Lion speaking facts in the comment section. Donnarumma, those teams that he's saved penalties against, saved 2 penalties against Liverpool.
Listen to me.
The guy is an absolute mentality monster.
I don't like Donnarumma. But he is the least of our problem.
Yeah, he's not our problem.
We have bigger problem than Donnarumma.
Oh, why
are you complaining about Donnarumma?
Forget about the goalkeeper. Yeah?
The goalkeeper is the least of our problem. You have to understand it.
He has to clean up all the
bigger problem than Donnarumma.
I think he's going to be a part of our problems though.
No, he can be, but it's not on-field player. He's a goalkeeper.
Let me be uncomfortable, yeah? I'm going to be uncomfortable.
Donnarumma cannot be a part of our problem when we cannot score our goals. Donnarumma will not go front and head the ball into the back of the net.
But he will start the build-up.
No. Listen. If your striking force needs 5-10 chances to score 1 goal and the opposition only need 1, that's a problem.
That's a problem. That's the truth.
Yeah,
but did they only need 1 with Trafford in that?
No. Listen, when we play Man United, and we start missing chances, 7-8 chances missed, and they go on the other end and they score, that's not a goalkeeping problem.
Yep.
Did you have the same energy for Edison then?
I did.
I'm asking. I don't know. I don't know.
Every single one of them. I said it. This is a reminiscence of last season because when you're an attacker, Erling Haaland, you have to know, that right now your team is struggling to defend. When you have a chance, you have to put in the back of the net. 2 chances, 2 goals. That relaxes the whole team.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Because
Can I
our
ask you a question?
strikers,
How
because
every
Erling
minute?
Haaland go 1v1 with the keeper. We all know if it's the first 1v1, he's missing. He's missing. Why? How many times you seen that?
Matthew,
Both Juventus.
Matthew, the bigger problem is if Haaland don't score a goal, there's nobody else can score a goal. That is the biggest problem we have. That's the biggest problem we have.
Struggling to score away from home, though.
Marmoush ain't scoring from the wing,
This
dog.
system playing with Haaland.
He's just
If
playing
Haaland
inside,
don't
though,
score,
isn't he?
we are screwed. That's the system we have right now.
I want to
know it.
backtrack this for a second.
Everyone,
I have a
no,
question for
you
the
know
panel.
it. Football right now in this modern era, football is about a system. Football is a system. There's no individual player gives you something. Football
Okay,
is
so
our system.
yeah, so
I have a
just wait,
question for the panel.
Go ahead, Kelster. Go ahead, Kelster.
I have a question. Who do we think starts the derby now? Do we think Trafford starts, or do we think Donnarumma starts?
No, I think Trafford starts.
I don't care. I don't care who starts this. I don't care who starts this. I'm scared about who starts up front.
Morasad, wait. Okay, so go ahead, Coutinho. I haven't heard from you, Coutinho.
Donnarumma.
Why does Donnarumma start, Mr. Coutinho? Because he's on
Because
First game in a derby.
I'm telling you, Trafford's gonna get pressured. Let alone Spurs. Look at that front three of United. No matter how bad United are, no matter how bad United are,
there's no chance. Let me just break it down to you, Patrick. There is no chance.
We are not.
Trafford starts in goal with Donnarumma in the team. It's not happening.
Well, I just meant the first game. I just meant the first game. I don't mean we know Donnarumma will be the starter, but I just meant this first game back.
Right, ask yourself one question.
Wait. Let Coutinho finish, Matthias. Wait. Let Coutinho finish. Let Coutinho.
No way.
Wait. Let Coutinho finish. Coutinho finish.
Yeah,
Look, I'm already. I don't have any ounce of faith that we're gonna win that game, regardless of whoever's in goal. But if we have a chance of winning, Donnarumma has to be in goal. If Trafford is in goal, you see that he struggles against Spurs, who finished mid-table, who nearly got relegated. You're telling me
so did United?
Yeah, but United have a better front three.
So
Coutinho,
no, they don't.
Coutinho.
Say it to yourself. They have better. They
Sorry,
have better attacking.
Coutinho, let me just ask you. I'm confused.
We can't
So,
defend our lives.
Just 1 minute, Coutinho.
Coutinho, Carl has a question for you. Carl, go
I just have a question. Sorry, is anybody here really thinking that between Trafford and Donnarumma, Trafford's going to start against United?
No chance.
I think Pep is going to give Trafford the rope to tie himself with.
So here's what's going to happen.
Who's going to start against Arsenal?
If this man plays Trafford in goal and Donna's on the bench, sack him immediately.
I mean, if we lose the game, you're going to ask to sack him either way. So
no. That's not what I said. I want to be clear, and I don't like this elaboration because the people twist my words. If he plays Trafford instead of Donnarumma at Old Trafford or wherever we're going to be at, he has to go.
He has been chasing Donnarumma more than Trafford. Let's face it. The Trafford links come out of nowhere, and
Matthias, can you educate these people that we were after Donnarumma before he moved to PSG? We were after Donnarumma. Remember?
Yeah, we were. He's been wanting Donnarumma, not now, for a while. Now, yeah. There's no way after international break. There's no way Trafford goes in goal. Yeah, because
thank God he went to PSG.
But that's the thing. You can add Donnarumma in there, but if we go to the same approach as we did against Brighton to play against Man United, the result is going to be the same. If we approach the game the same way, the results are not going to change. Why? Because we all know, everyone on this panel here, we all know how Man United is going to set up, right?
Yeah.
We do know. Yeah. And we all know how we're going to play against
they're going to counter. They're going to kill us on the counter.
Yeah, they're going to love blocking
transitions. We're awful at transitions.
Emmer
we're so vulnerable.
Success 3 games
against a team that's so literally sits deep. We're trying to do a million passes sideways, try to go on the attack and on the wings and cross the ball to Haaland. They'll clear as soon as they win the ball. They'll try to hit some transition, but they will not make a lot of transition in the first half. What they're going to do is wait until the 70 minutes, because if we don't score, we become not just physically tired, but mentally tired. And that, my friends, is a concern. Big times.
That's how
Because
they
the
beat us
opposition,
last year.
because the opposition know, even if they 1-0 down, just wait until the
Wait
70,
it out, yeah.
75 minutes. Let's push high up the field. They will start. Why? When you're physically tired and mentally tired, what you do is you start making mistakes. You give the ball away easily. And that is when the opposition capitalize on the mistakes. Once they score one goal, it's done. It's done because they know what we're gonna do is we're gonna start panicking, push everyone high up the field, even though they tired mentally and physically, and our back line becomes very open, and
So-
that they start exploiting.
So can I ask you something, Matthias?
Anyways, guys, I have to go. Have a good show.
Big up, Spartacus.
Thanks,
Big up,
Spartacus. We'll see you next time.
And big up and appreciate Spartacus. I've seen you in
Yeah,
the
big
watch
up,
along.
Spart.
Big up to you, man. All the best. What I was about to say, Matthias. So what's your? Okay, let me read this super chat first. Big up for the super chat. Says, look at this squad. Tell me what you see. Wait, is this guy singing a song? Look at this squad. Tell me what you see. I see potentially one of the
That
best
is not
counter-attacking sides in the
him,
world.
mate.
Why is it taking so long for some fans to wake up and see this? And why can't Pep? That is
Because
true.
he's
This
stubborn and he's arrogant. He's stubborn
Wait.
and he's arrogant.
You were asking
Does
the
he
question
even know
why,
how to
how
play
we
Stubborn and
how
he's
we
arrogant.
changed
What do you
that.
expect? What do
Right?
you expect?
Patrick, you were asking the question how we changed that.
okay? Can I ask you a question, right?
And the answer
So
is
what's
just
what's
Stubborn is
and
arrogant.
the answer is on that super chat. You have to change to counter attack.
Can I ask a question now?
Rather than pressing up front, rather than pressing the front foot, you drop a couple of yards back.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah,
recruiting players.
allow
for
the
this
allow
now,
the
too.
opposition to actually get much forward, and we hit them on a break.
And do you know what that it's been proved? Because we did Chelsea the same way, we played Nottingham Forest the same way, and we played what's the other team we played again? We played Newcastle the same way, and they didn't have an answer.
Remember Chelsea last season, the first game of the season.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we played that
when
way.
we had Doku and Savio. Yeah, as soon as we had the ball, Doku and Savio were making the runs. Bam, 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 counter attack. I know Chelsea had a few chances. Obviously, it's Chelsea away. It's at their ground. They will have chances. You can't expect to go to a big six ground and they don't have chances. They will create chances. But we took our moments. As soon as we had the ball, spread it to the wings in Savio, Haaland was making runs and Doku. That got the best out of them. Ever since that game, I think we played Brentford. We conceded. Yeah, the first goal, Kyle Walker and Johnston done a madness. Yeah, and then we go into Newcastle away. We won West Ham away. We won 2-1. We won Brentford 3-2 or something like that. I think that's where everything
£10
changed.
chat.
No. That's when everything changed
That's
because
super chat.
he saw a team conceding goals, and you're like, right, okay, I cannot play counter-attack football. I need to get control of the game. He changed that to control-based football. When you do that, it will affect the players that you have at your disposal. Why? Because they cannot play that type of football. Just because you got teams, you will always consider get goals in the football match. It's part of the game. That means the opposition also have players. It's 11v11. Yeah,
You know,
you will
I was
consider
gonna
goals.
say, I was
But
gonna say one thing
you have to
about
play
this.
to the strength of your players. Your system needs to get the best out of the players. You do not ask your players to get the best out of your system. It's impossible. They will fail.
I think
They will
you know what
fail.
I was thinking. What I was thinking is, I looked at this question. I see potentially one of the best counter-attacking team in the world. It's a joke. No,
Yeah.
not at all. What a joke. You have wingers who can score goals. You have Doku, who doesn't have GA. You don't have GA from your wingers. There's no threat. If Doku wasn't playing for Man United, Man City, he'll be playing for Brentford. Nah, I don't think even Brentford. I think Minte and all that stuff are better than him. I think Semenyo's better than him. Semenyo is a winger who scored goals.
I can tell you where he would be playing. He would be playing in France, where he was playing, where we got
he'll be playing. That's where he came from. We don't have that threat. The guy is mediocre. He's not that standard. Stop your selling yourself fake dreams. Your counter-attacking wingers are not doing anything. Savio, we refuse to sell Savio for Rodrigo. This club is a shambles. the decision of scared to sell Savio for Rodrigo. Look at the decision they make. Savio is 22. Rodrigo is 24. Who's proven? Who's proven? Savio's not proven. Useless. 3 goals in 48 games. Fan base
Okay.
are starting to see.
Right. Okay. What?
Most big
Rather
fan
than
base are
sell
starting to
Savio,
see that we've got too many mediocre players. We've got
rather than
players
sell
like
Savio, Hamza, why don't we go
people. No,
just
one second. One
buy
second. One
Rodrigo
second.
and keep Savio?
Oscar Bob. Oscar. Let me repeat again. Oscar Bob is not proven.
No, he's not.
Stop selling yourself dream as if you've got Kvaratskhelia or something. You make a Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob
Hamza,
is give him time to grow. Give
on
that boy
Saturday,
time to grow. You're
on
putting him under pressure, and you're putting him under pressure so much that the guy can fail. You need to bring him up with good players to play around him. You got players like Matthias Nunes and Rico Lewis. You don't even know who's your first choice right back. You don't know your first choice right back because you have such a bum right backs that we don't even know who's the first choice.
They're
If
not
I
even right
ask you,
backs.
yeah, who's our right back?
We don't have a right back. We have
We don't
midfielders
even
playing
have a
right
right
back.
Hamza,
Do you know,
Hamza,
Hamza, do you know what's funny? Let me tell you this, Hamza, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this on this channel, and Kao is gonna back me up because we know this. Do you know this Kabori kid? Everybody's laughing at, calling him
He's
a
a
bum.
right
He's
Let
gone
me
Wrexham.
tell you, he's a right back. He's got pace. Me and Kao watch him at the AFCON. He was the player of the AFCON, and he was the
Yeah, I
youngest
remember.
player at rewarding. And guess what?
I've
He's
seen
got
him.
pace. He's got pace. He's a good defender. But guess what? He's not.
Mm.
He's not fancy. So
He can't invert into midfield, Patrick.
yeah,
He
That's
can't
the problem.
invert, bro.
You
Can
know,
he invert? That's what I
Okay,
I
this
tweet. I tweeted.
Patrick,
Can he invert?
quickly,
this shit
last thing
we
I
are
was gonna
doing,
say before I forget,
inverting
yeah,
defenders
I was
to
gonna
the
say
midfield.
for
We have
Patrick,
to stop this
just
shit.
one
This
second,
shit's not working anymore.
1 second. Let me just finish the last statement before Patrick said. There's one thought I thought today. I was thinking, is there a style you can change? I think, I'm sorry, I think we can get control if we play 3 central midfielders. Rodri, I think so. Rodri, you have to play Rodri, Reinders, and I think someone like Kovacic or something, so that you can tell Reinders
Nico
do
G.
whatever. No, 1 second. Do what you do because Reinders, what he does, he goes left wing, mid, right. He goes attacking. Do whatever, just to be the number 10. At least you can come back and
No,
help
no, no,
us.
no. Now do you
So
think?
What
Do you
about
think
Nico
he's gonna?
G?
Now do you
50
think he's
million.
gonna
What about
bench
him?
his captain for Kovacic?
you could stabilize that midfield by putting 3 people there, one wing on both sides, and a striker at the end. So you can put Marmoush one side, Foden one side, 3. Don't put Bernardo. You need
No,
physical.
no,
You need
Hamza.
physicality.
Bernardo's
You
legs
need
are
3
gone. I
strong
mean,
guys.
Hamza.
he
After
shouldn't be playing games.
after what he saw against the Spurs at home, and
Mm.
when Bernardo didn't start, do you honestly believe that he will sacrifice his captain for
He has to drop Bernardo. He's too weak. He doesn't offer anything.
He's looked
You know what's
poor
mad?
in
Hamza,
all 3
listen.
games.
Hamza, you know what's mad? If
Bro,
everything
I
has
told you about
if it,
Bernardo's
Matthew,
Okay,
listen to me.
against Wolves.
Wait a minute,
and I told you he's world class.
one minute, Matthew. If everything has it is positive and it's negative, you know what's mad? Pep Guardiola sometimes he's a criminal. You know what's mad? He make Bernardo Silva one of the technicest footballers in Europe as a passion merchant running. How is this possible? You do remember Bernardo Silva? He was controlling the middle of the back before. Right now, if you see him like a passion merchant, like a Conor Gallagher running. What is this? I can't believe what I saw against Brighton. How it's impossible. How one of the technical footballers in Europe become a passion merchant like Conor Gallagher? How is this possible?
He got old.
That's why when I'm saying let's get on all. That's when I'm saying football, football has it is negative and positive. That's impossible.
Can I read a quote? Can I read a quote if that's okay?
Yes, go ahead.
On all these Donnarumma haters and these play out from the back merchants. This is a quote. This is a quote from Graham Bailey, who has been spot on this summer. He said Pep Guardiola wanted
that
Donnarumma.
guy is a waffler for Pep Guardiola.
No,
don't listen to that guy. Don't listen to that guy, my friend. I'm telling you, he's a waffler.
One second.
Listen
Pep
first.
Guardiola wanted Donnarumma. When the idea was floated, he made it clear he was not at all worried about potential issues with footwork, aka playing out from the back and kicking, etc. It was really it wasn't really a concern. They believe they have upgraded. So all you guys who say Pep is not going to change his style of play, or Donnarumma can't play out from the back, his kicking is bad. Then is it? What's the difference between?
Listen to me, my friend. I agree with you. I don't complain about the signing of Donnarumma. I don't think it's the problem we have right now. We have much bigger problem than Donnarumma right now. We have a bigger problem than Donnarumma. Why are we complaining about the signing of Donnarumma? For God's sake, he's a goalkeeper. He's a goalkeeper.
Yes. 1 second. The problem is we have centre backs that cannot defend and cannot stay fit.
I agree with you. Don't listen.
And we have a front line who cannot finish.
Bro, I agree with you. Don't listen this mutant fans. Who's Little Dally?
You know what was the narrative on Saturday? It was that Bernardo Silva was playing well. As soon as he came off, the team crumbled.
If I was Matthew, if I was Bernardo Silva, I will sue Pep Guardiola. He tired him like a corner Carragher. How it's possible? How it's possible? Just watch the game against Brighton. The guy was playing like a corner Carragher.
What do you think, Mateus?
I predict this season's going to be.
Is it Pep ask him to do that, or he Bernardo
No. I think Bernardo Silva let him do that. Bernardo Silva let him, and he was coward for doing that.
Oh, wait, can I say something?
What do you think, Mateus? Do we play better with or without Bernardo?
Wait, Kelsa, I have something else to say to people. Let me tell you something. As much as you're bantering Conor Gallagher comes to this team, we look better.
He's aggressive. He's not scared to do.
He's not soft.
He's not scared. He's not scared to put
Let me give you something.
Patrick, would you take Morgan Gibbs White now?
Yes.
I would. I said I would take him. I thought he's a Ballon d'Or winner in my eyes.
No, you're lying.
We said that at the beginning of the summer that we wanted him.
No, Patrick is a liar.
What if I lied?
You are a liar. You didn't want him.
What?
What are you talking about?
You guys were crying out for Vert when I told you everyone. Yeah,
you were right. We were wrong. No, I admit. I hold my hands up. We were wrong.
Yeah, because we got no engine.
However, right now, what we've done, which was a big mistake, was letting go of Echeverri when you know that Foden is having issues on and off the pitch, health issues on and off the pitch.
Does Foden want to play football?
Yeah, he does.
I don't know.
His ankle injured. That has nothing to do with his personal life.
The guy
his ankle. That's what happened.
And the person who we signed to be the KDB replacement, or one of two, is injured for 2 months. And we can't.
Well, Pep Linders, man, that fucking training regime is too much. Everyone's injured right now.
Don't worry. His personal excuses will come in when he starts playing and he starts stinking out the gaff.
This season,
all the ITKs will come and say, "Oh,
correct me if I'm wrong." And
his cat died. He's mourning. He's Rodney. Do you know Rodney? Who's got an Instagram? His son, his older son. Oh, he fell off the bike. He's got a boo boo. Also, Foden is sad.
Pep Linders. What Pep Linders?
Do me a favor. No, for Foden.
Foden.
Right now, you're not using the person.
The problem is
Foden is actually injured. We saw Van de Ven injure his ankle.
No, he's injured.
We literally saw that.
But why is he injured? He's not playing football. Why is he injured?
He got injured on the pitch by Van de Ven in the Spurs game.
I don't know.
When?
During the game, at the end of the game.
Van de Ven just blocked his shot.
And that injured his ankle. Maybe he has a soft ankle. I don't know.
Look, I can't wait for the season to end already. I'll be honest. I can't wait for the season to end already.
Cat dying.
The next three games, I already predict 3 losses on the bounce. I can't see us beating Napoli.
So it'll be 4 losses.
Well, I mean, that's Kadeen. This is what you do, right? I mean, you there's nothing positive in anything, right? So that's fair, and we know.
No, I'll be honest. No, I'm normally. Sorry, Carl. The problem is the manager clearly has been backed. I'm not having anyone say he hasn't been backed. The guy is neglected having a left back for many years. Now he's going to neglect
fair,
the rest of his tenure for his reference tenure. Yeah,
mate, fair play to you, right? You're right, but in my psychology, I have to think that we have a chance. I have to hope.
Yeah, of course.
That this guy gets it right.
I don't blame people. The thing is, my problem is the guy is too stubborn. I've never known a manager. This is why I kind of I don't put. He's a great man. He's one of the greats, but I don't put him in top 5 in my opinion. The way the
No,
thing that this is my just I just want to just say my this is just my opinion. The way he cannot man manage, the way that he sometimes he man manages is if he cannot manage like as if it's like a big. Why can't you manage a big squad? What are you soft? Are you too feminine?
I think you might be right on that.
I no offense. You're a fair. What is it? You don't want to hurt someone's feelings? Are you a man or what? I don't understand.
That's what he said. He doesn't like leaving people at home because it makes
Did you guys know that we're going to the season with the same number of players that we had last season? Exactly the same number. So that means that means a couple of injuries in the attack, then we're gonna start looking shaky.
We have 4 keepers.
We've got a right back who cannot defend. He's
a midfielder. That's why he's not a right back.
So Akanji's gone. That
You
means
still have Wilson Esbrand? Oh
no. Akanji's gone. Rito Reyes is gone. That means if you go Johnston Zanake, who literally like one game away to get
they made
injured,
the biscuits, man.
Then you're down to Ruben Diaz, Josko Vardy, who's not fit, and Kusanov and Rico Lewis, basically.
And we know one of them is getting injured on international duty. Probably Stones, but
I
Ake
don't
has had some really bad.
I'll be honest. I don't rate the academy. Do we have any centre backs in the academy?
Yeah. There's a really good one. Stefan
Mafoni,
but he's only 17.
Midfield, Echeverry is gone. Jack Grealish is gone. Gundo is gone. Kovacic is injured. Naipan is gone. He's on loan. Nunes is not smart enough to play in midfield, so he's not midfield really.
Incoming Nunes center back.
Well, we've got Calvin Pirlo Phillips.
He's injured though.
The human Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire pudding is injured right now.
And then we've got number 26, who is not interested to be here.
Yeah.
Savio? I think he is. I don't think he really. I think he was exploring his options, but I don't think that means he was like.
We've got a Rodri replacement who no one trusts him to receive the ball with his back to goal. That means Rodri will have to play. If he gets injured the next game, then what are we gonna do?
It's what I call small squad FC. That's it, right?
Well, you can play Nico and Rodri together.
Maybe
Nico will get better learning from Rodri. Have we tried that yet? Not really.
Train for Rodri. Do you honestly believe that the way Rodri came out on that press conference, he's got time to start tutoring?
No, like on the pitch together, they can.
With them, calling them to come to my barbecue, my house, and I'll teach you.
I don't know. I have a really bad feeling when it comes to Rodri. I generally think he might weigh up his options after this season.
Wait, can I say something?
Everyone's thinking that right now.
People keep on saying his contract has been verbally agreed. Until he's holding up the shirt saying 2029 or 2030, I don't believe he's staying.
Can I say something, Cadinho? First of all, I think I'm about to cut this stream. It's gone 4 hours now. But now, what I can say about Rodri, he's 29 years old. He's 29 years old. Go then. He can go if he wants. Let him go.
Are we gonna call him Uncle?
No. Do you know why I'm letting him go? Because I'm tired of listening that this Pep Guardiola guy only depends on one player. This Pep Guardiola guy has to stop depending on a player. You know what? Bring on Calvin Phillips. Let Calvin Phillips have a region of players.
Just one last thing.
We do still have 2 years of Rodri. It's not like he's leaving tomorrow.
No, because he has 1 year left on his contract.
Phillips took 2 years.
He has 1 year left on his contract.
No, Phillips has 3 years.
Do you know what baffles me the most? You know what baffles me the most with our fan base? I said it on Saturday. We've got 2 days. We had Saturday, Monday. I said it. We've got 2 days to address 2 situations. Forget about the right back. Address the goalkeeping situation. We did, but we need to make sure the next person that comes out in, like, from our doors is a goal-scoring, attacking player. Do you know what this fan base were telling me? Oh my God, what we do with Oscar Bob? Oh, what you do with
Matthias? They're not serious people.
What the fuck are you?
Matthias, they're not serious people.
Bro, look at this scenario. Liverpool has a 30+ goal in Mo Salah. We had Erling Haaland. Yeah, Liverpool went got Ekitike, who scored 26 goals in our competition last season. On top of Mo Salah. Yeah, we got Marmoush, who scored 15, and you
No,
long
Marmoush
lad.
had
You know
29
what
in our
Liverpool
top.
went out there and done? He went and get another 25+ goal. Yeah, a striker from Newcastle who knows the Premier League, and I'm asking for another attacking goal scorer, and you're telling me what we're gonna do
They
with those
sent him
goals?
on loan, Matthias. They sent him on
And
loan.
Savio and Doku. Oh,
Yeah,
really? Really?
they sent him on
Really?
loan.
Is that what we're doing? Like,
Do you know
Who
these
did we
players
send on
really-
loan?
Oh, do you know what the funny thing is? Yeah? You know what the funny thing is?
Echeverry
Yeah?
has never.
Do you know
He's
what
not
the
going to
funny
score
thing
20
is? Yeah?
goals. What are you
Do
talking
you know what the
about?
funny
How do you
thing
know
is?
that,
10.
Kelly? Kelly, how do you know that?
Because he's never done it before. He didn't
Who
do
said?
it
Whoa,
wrong.
whoa,
Like,
whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Have you seen Echeverry throughout his young career? What he's done? He's the best prospect out of South America.
I
Let's be
agree.
clear, right?
I
When
agree
Alvarez
with
was
you,
coming
but
on,
he's
I
not a
remember.
goal scorer. He's a creator.
I remember when Alvarez was coming, and people were making the same argument about Alvarez. Oh, he's not good enough. He's that South America. He came in and literally killed our league.
No, Albury was cold in South
No,
America.
but
Cold.
Alvarez had scored. We watched him score 6 goals in a single game. Like Alvarez
Who?
is a goal scorer. I'm just saying Echeverry's not a goal scorer. I'm not saying he's like. I agree with you. He's one of the top talents, and we should have kept him to be our number 10.
Well,
But
the problem,
I'm just disagreeing that he's going to score 20 goals.
But
That's
the
all I'm
problem
disagreeing
is,
with.
the problem is when you mentioned that this team lacks goals, they will kept coming with the excuse, oh, but Foden can score goals. But where is Foden for the past 12 months?
Well,
Where is
we've
Foden?
seen him do it in
Now,
the past. I think we're
this
thinking he
is
can do
what
it
we do.
again.
We as
That's
a
my
fan
process,
base,
at least.
we become so emotionally attached to these players that we get caught up in the moment into thinking that, oh, he might come back to that 23-24 season. We don't know if he comes back. That's a lot of ifs. Yeah, the guy is not going to replicate that form. He's not. Forget it. Forget it. Yeah,
He's having
yeah.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, stop it with this hoping and copying, yeah, and go out there and address the main issues. Yeah, I said it before. Erling Haaland will not stay fit all season, and Erling Haaland has no pressure in this squad. He knows he can miss as much chances as he can. The next game, he's going to be in the starting 11 because there's no one else to play up front other than him. We at Man City, we got to a stage. We had a stage where we had 4 strikers:
Negredo,
Balotelli,
Jovetic,
Deco, Tevez, Aguero.
Jovetic.
Balotelli.
Don't forget Jovetic.
Balotelli.
Even,
Did you say
but
Mario?
now we can't even get
Echo?
2 strikers because what are you gonna do with Erling Haaland? I feel
Matthias,
sorry for Marmoush. I feel
Well, we
sorry
gave
for
Erling
Savio.
500K a week. Are we going to
It's
really
not.
bench
It's not
him?
even that.
Why are
Right?
you
It's not even
feeling
the money.
sorry for these players? Because Savio wants to go. Now you're feeling sorry. Oh, what happened to Savio when he comes back?
Hey, I would
Why?
have sold him. I would have sold him. I would have sold
Why
him
are
and
you
got
feeling
Rodrigo,
sorry for
but
these
Calhoun
players?
didn't want to, apparently.
They
Allegedly.
know your family. They pay the employees. If they're not doing the job, get rid of them and buy better players.
I would
Yeah,
have done that this summer,
because
but it didn't
tomorrow,
happen.
if they decided to go, they'll put a transfer request. They will not care, about any accounts that they've got their face in there or this fucking Doku season account or fan account. Posted all the pictures. They don't care about these accounts. If they wanted to go tomorrow, they'll put a transfer request in. They will not care about any fans. I want to go. Yeah. If not, if the same work with the fan base, stop getting attached to this football player. If not, they're not good enough. Get rid of them. Buy a bet players. Yeah. Oh no. What if they sat on the bench and then in 2 years they ask to leave? Yeah, cool. As long as they win the trophies before, they can go the following season. Get replaced, and we move on.
Speaking
Well,
fact.
we should have done that this
Oh,
summer.
yeah.
We should have moved one. We should have. If Savio wants to go, let him go.
This manager
I
has
don't know why we
has got
didn't.
no
I don't know
time.
why our club said no to that.
Right. This manager has not got no time for players to allow players to settle in or wait until they develop. He's got no time because if we keep doing that, we will see ourselves sat in 10th in the table, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is a major concern for the football club because of the sponsor. Yeah, we've got to look at the amount of sponsorship we have. Yeah, look at the amount the money that we spend just to be in the Champions League in January. Yeah, and you honestly believe if we go halfway through the season, we're sitting like in 10th, Are they not going to pull the plug for this manager? You mad? Khaldun likes
Well, we're
Pep.
ranked
That's
13th
all
one
very
year,
good.
like,
But
in
the
December,
club
and
is
we
not
won the
just
league.
run by Khaldun. The club is not only run by Khaldun. Yeah, it's a board. Everyone. If the board, like if 8 members of the board say, right, okay, we need a new manager, there's nothing Khaldun can do. All Khaldun we're gonna do is coming out in an interview and thanks Pep for what he's done. That's what
He had that big speech saying we were going to
because
sign someone
his
big,
boss,
and he did not
his boss
deliver on
will
that
literally
one.
tell,
I'm sorry.
go and sit in the press conference and thank for what
Disappointing.
he's done, but we need to move on.
Yeah,
So-
but do you hear what Kilkster say? He promised that Kilkster is right. He promised a big name. None of the big names have come in.
Yeah, I remember he's like, "Oh, you'll see."
You will see.
Patrick,
Hello, well, who was that?
Patrick, don't listen.
But then
Don't
there's
listen.
rumors
This
he blocked
Khaldun
the
guy.
Savio
This
deal. They said
Khaldun
he
guy
wanted to
is a
keep Savio.
gaslighter. He will gaslight you. He will tell you we have this, we have option to. You see his interview. His interview is about propaganda. He's a PR machine. He's a PR guy.
Yeah, these days Khaldun, I don't trust. Anyway, on that note, guys,
He's
it's
a politician. I don't believe a word
He's
he
a
says.
politician. The guy is dealing with the guy is dealing with Donald Trump. The guy is dealing with Donald Trump. He's a PR guy. You know it. He's a gaslighter. He will gaslight the fan base with 2 interviews of 20 minutes. He said we will do that. We will do that. God the hell.
We mentioned
What's
Chelsea.
he doing?
Look at Chelsea, yeah. Look at the amount of players that Chelsea buy, especially midfielders. Have you seen any Chelsea fans complaining, "Oh, what are we gonna do with Cole Palmer?"
No, they don't. They don't care. Do you remember? Do you know what? Do you know what the funny thing is? Chelsea have bought enough attackers until they've got it right now. Now they've got a
Let
fan
them
three
fight
that's
between them.
Finally,
Let them fight between
You know,
them.
Patrick, Matthew, you know what they say? You know what they say? Phil Foden will be back to the DF Player of the Year. It's not guaranteed. How is that possible?
Forget it.
Football
He's not, bro.
Patrick, football doesn't work like that.
Bro,
It's like waiting something. That's not happening.
It
And I'm
doesn't,
telling
yeah.
you guys, I'm fearful for Phil Foden. I think the guy is on the hill.
Bro, he ain't coming back. It's like, you remember when we had the Blueberry Messenger back in the day?
Yeah.
It was great. It was great at that time. That's not coming back anymore. Same with
Yeah, it's
footballers.
not.
That form.
I think it is. I think Matthew. You know what? You know what's happening to Matthew. You know what happened to Phil Foden. You know what's happening to.
We need to
What
stop
happened
relying
to
on these
is what
players.
happened to Bernardo Silva. The guys become robots. I'm telling you guys.
His
I'm
legs are
telling you.
gone.
I think in 2 or 2 years, if they stick around it in Manchester City, he will become like a corner character. I'm telling you guys.
Okay, so on that note, it's goodbye. Thank you very much, guys. Subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah, very appreciate it. And it's been a very long stream. And
Almost
we
4
are,
hours. That was
yeah,
insane.
we are just 5 away from 4,500, and these guys can do that.